My mic. Goddamn. Do I need to test out my audio? 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 Do I need to test out my Alright, sounds good. I see sky of blue, red roses too. As she worms. "88 songs on, but I can't see because most of them is copyrighted. There's nothing I can except to accept. Don't ask me, I'm trying my best. Doesn't make any sense for my song. Way, Badachi, Gen.G win, please. They'll most likely win, but that's boring for you to say Gen.G win. But instead, we should go for C9 win. But why? Because that's more funny. I don't got any more. But hello, welcome to the stream. That again. Oh, why am I top? Goddamn. Any bands? I don't think C9 will win today, just like yesterday. But I sure as hell would like them to win. It will be hilarious. If they win tomorrow, tonight, I am going to buy a Cloud9 icon to show my support. Make sense? But before that, we have some time. We'll play one game. And then it will be a Worlds viewing party. Let's just take the stylus out of the equation. Oh, look at that big balls, guys. In those eyes. Did I play Ilaoi? I've had like good games on the Ilaoi, but that's only on solo. I mean, I'm on blind pick, so I don't know how well it'll go on ranked. Who would I play? Who would I get to play? I'm almost last pick. What are the chances that the top lane is the last pick? White. And what are the even bigger chances that the Ilaoi get that they can play against the Ilaoi, right? People in this elo are bad, like me. No? Hell. Very likely a top lane Kel, but there's also a chance that he goes mid lane. I don't win as much on level 6 if I go for Ilaoi. I actually can't think of how I can win against a Kel on Ilaoi. But I do know, like 1 to 6, she's gonna have a horrible laning experience. Oh, it's a Nar. Okay, so this is helmet. feels like a off-fight game.
Solid.
Kiana jungle. I should have went. I think I could have went for corrupting potion build, but we're invested in this. With it. Now, how do I play against this bitch called Nar? Ideally, people would say that I think most likely I lost this matchup, but later down the road, I have good control on the Lucian as well as the Ziggs is on support. Okay, so yeah, I can lock down on Kale later down the road. And for me, most likely, like first item should be Frozen Heart. After Frozen Heart, either Sunfire or just run right into. No, that's not the immobilization. Abyssal Mask. Might go Abyssal Mask. Right. Gods of the freaking damn. Sorry, anyway. Hi Purple, welcome to the stream.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Hey, we are on Summoner Wave, guys.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
We have good wombo combo.
Minions have spawned.
D9 goes 3-0 today. Dude, that's a great joke. I made a mistake. I should have went for Q. Oh, he did lose all 3 of his CS though. That's another one. We got one.
Okay. Got it.
First blood. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
I wasted too much mana. He is also losing a lot of CS, so this isn't badly for him.
I'm moving as fast as I can.
An ally has been slain.
Ooh, Jungle
An
Def is
enemy has been
looking
slain.
pretty realistic. Hello? Fucking live stream, 追手。
Going.
COVID test. 我嘛未晓，我就早起甲你試咯。我見咩無你早轉去無？佢數你諗袂爽快哈，你諗袂爽快哈。有？哦，因為早啲會輸哈。哦。 袂曉，我未捌算過，我愛研究本，然後出面講較濟啦，無數，無咩數啦，就是免關啦。啊，
Yes.
哦，
An ally has been
但是無搏啦，特別免抓啦。先啦，免抓啦，我就是無搏啦。啊，呀，抓啦，無咩讀書啦。
Smash.
Why did I get minion aimed? Aggro. What the fuck is minion aimed?
Got it.
This continues, I just win. But I wasted my Q on the fucking ring. Here's out. I can't play like a maniac right now. He wants to look for something.
I'm moving
An
as
ally
fast.
has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Don't even need to flash. Oh, yeah, I do.
You have been slain.
That was Monka S.
Shut down.
Kill.
Shut down.
Yeah, I just wait for my AD to win. There's nothing to do.
Okay.
Prompted the fight to it. I'm a little too greedy on that one. Oh shit, I lost so much. Shouldn't have recalled, but I shouldn't have walked up there just now. Into my lane right here.
Sure.
Unstoppable. Shut down. An enemy has been slain. Double kill. Killing spree.
Die.
An enemy has been slain.
No demolish means that I can play this push. But he has no TP, so that's good.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Sweat, like the tears of my enemies.
Yes.
You have been slain.
I should have flashed early.
Thus the mighty fall.
That could be a huge turnaround. Woo! Let's go, come on! Oh, nice try.
Ally has been slain.
Sure.
I could have flashed away easy. I don't know what I was doing. Could have just instantly flashed.
Turret plating will soon fall. An enemy has been slain.
Got it. I'm moving as fast as I can.
Has been slain.
Going for Moby Boots wouldn't be that bad of an idea, realistically speaking. But like I'm actually doing so well in CS. Oh shit.
Okay.
An ally has been slain. Down.
TP would have been bad.
Shut down.
Going.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Shut down.
No, my carry. My curry.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Ah, he's dead.
An ally has been slain.
I'm moving as fast as I can.
Your turret has been destroyed.
This dumbass doesn't know how to proc the fucking eye.
Killing spree.
Got it.
Double kill.
Oh. Oh yeah, he's so.
An ally has been slain.
I might not even need help.
Yes.
My bad. That was really bad of mine. Yo, nay.
Double kill. An ally has been slain.
That was a bad play from me. We're not sticking. We have so much team fighting potential.
Okay.
We're not fighting like shit. We lost top turret.
Your turret has been destroyed.
I'm moving as fast as I can.
Ally has been slain. Shut down.
Watch this. See.
Oh, dude, why? Dude, I was walking up!
Your turret has been destroyed.
Damn, dude. Oh, wow. We had such a easy advantage in the early game. We don't want to delay. We already opened up the map pretty well. They got a lot, but still winnable. We just kept playing like bad games, bad plays.
Yes.
There whispered itch at the back of my mind.
Moving as fast as I can.
An ally has been slain. Dominating.
Okay.
Damn, dude. God fucking damn. We had such a good early advantage. Just instead it all.
Sure. Got it.
Should not have thrown shit. Oh fuck, he actually got away.
Moving as fast as I can.
Enemy double kill. Ally has been slain.
Ah.
Buried with your transgression.
Really? I don't think that's necessary though.
Enemy killing spree.
That zone, that stopwatch. We lost the dragon as well. Is it winnable? I don't see it as winnable anymore. As it's not as winnable anymore. We have to rely on the Swain. Swain's going full damage. We can. This is like a. We can rely on him to like do something.
I'm moving as fast as I can.
Winnable. That's huge. What the hell are they doing?
Double kill.
Oh my god. They can't do it.
Ally has been slain.
Yes. Going.
Why? I had flash. I should have just flash outed.
Double kill.
Yone went too deep though. I don't know. I think I was playing too safe. I was playing too scared.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Oh, okay.
An ally has been slain. Your inhibitor has been destroyed. Enemy double kill. Your turret has been destroyed. Your inhibitor has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed. Enemy killing spree. Ally has been slain.
I'm dead.
Your turret has been destroyed. A summoner has disconnected.
Like, Yone was so freaking confident, but like he couldn't do more. Yeah, I got demoted. Oh, dude, and I was like hyped that I was like skyrocketing all the way to like silver 1. I got demoted. Oh, good though. I think I forced the Malphite pick. I played laning pretty well, but like later down the road, like my team just wanted to end too much. Caitlyn had like a strong early game, and she got way too cocky. Oh well. Look at my guys, like I don't want to brag, but wait, I only lost 2 games. I got demoted. Okay, I don't think the demoting system. Oh shit. Yeah. I lost. I got demoted off 2 games. That. It's not too bad though. I'll just play more. We'll get it back. I can get to gold like very easily, I'd say. Okay, here we go. The last day of the quarterfinals.
They have not stepped up. So if Cloud9 shows that they are the better team, if they do come out swinging, they need to go for a risk, put in Bertle, and shake things up fast.
So really the question becomes, where would Cloud9 rank in the LCK? We won't know until after this quarterfinal series is over. But for more on our quarterfinal, let's go ahead and check in with Shox and Mithy on the ground in Iceland.
Thank you very much. I'm here with Mithy ahead
Hi,
of
Mithy.
the huge
I actually
clash
think
of
Mithy is a
Cloud9
better coach
versus
than a best
Gen.G.
player,
First
to be
off,
honest.
Mithy, it's been a while.
I think he's
9
doing
days
really,
since
really
you
well
guys
in
made
terms
that
of like
heroic
coaching
run through
C9.
Group A. How do you make sure to kind of harvest all the energy and all the good vibes from that, as well as the focus for such a long time coming into this best of 5?
Well, I mean, Worlds is usually always a marathon, so we just try to not burn out too much. You know, try to take some days off and just do things outside the game too. So yeah, it's just a little bit of finding the right balance.
Yeah, I understand. In terms of kind of the meta read, I heard that a lot of teams coming in were a bit taken off guard by things like the Graves priority as well as the Yuumi. How do you feel your read is in general, and especially the fact that you may have the full 5 games to draft for?
Yeah, I mean, of course, we were also one of the teams that got a little bit caught off guard, but we've been able to see a lot of games now, and we've been on the same patch for a long time, so I think things have like sort of calmed themselves down.
Calm down.
Yeah.
When it comes to Gen.G, I feel like
we
there
have
are
7
some clear, very
minutes.
strong points for them in the mid lane
7
and the
minutes
bot
is
lane.
so fucking
Where do you feel
slow for
personally
me.
you match up the best versus Gen.G?
I mean, I think they are very good at what they do, but they usually always do the same thing. So hopefully we can, surprise them a little bit and like, make them a little bit uncomfortable.
And finally, maybe for yourself, of course, being back here at Worlds, it must have been a great experience and doing so well so far. But how would you say the general feeling of the team is and the confidence coming into this as the sole LCS representative left and, in fact, the last Western hope here at Worlds? I
mean, yeah, I guess it's an honor. I mean, we're mostly focused on ourselves, and I do think we have a very good shot. And I think, yeah, so we're just mostly just thinking of ourselves and what we have to do to, like, continue in the tournament. And I mean, it's great that we're the last team, but it's also sad in the same way. So it's like a bittersweet thing. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know how to answer that.
No, it's fine. I get the vibes, of course, and I'm sure it'll be a great performance today. Looking forward to it. Thank you so much, Mithy. I'll let you get back to your team, and we're going to throw it over to the featured matchup presented by Mercedes-Benz, BDD versus Perks.
I do like this song.
The team that's always delivered for North America at Worlds did it once again in the group of death.
C9 breathe life into North America.
Cloud9 showed that they can deliver under pressure.
Perks survives, Chimpy dies, and Perks starts to rampage through Rogue.
Led by a player whose comfort zone is playing on the edge.
Chris trying to do what he can to disengage, but now Perks ulting in, gold card on the LWX, spend, blood in the water, he can smell it.
Sitting across from Perks in this matchup will be BDD and Gen.G.
Rula, can he find the Moonlight Vigil this time? And it's going to be stolen by Clint. The 3-man knockup as well, as right into the backline.
Whereas Perks thrives on the edge, BDD is exactly the type of player that can push him off.
Before BDD needs to get into this fight fast. Now Yoyo pops the GA. BDD needs to find someone to kill. He's gonna get one. Clint healthy enough. GA popped, and that's it.
He has been a staple for this Gen.G roster and seems to have a sixth sense for shutting down aggressive plays.
One gonna fall. Jensen gonna be next up as Tactical is gonna drop.
This is a match for the pride of North America and the dominance of LCK.
Spotlight today falls on the mid lane, where the two stars of their teams will battle for control of the lane kingdom. In our featured matchup presented by Mercedes-Benz, BDD versus Perks. And Azael, let's start on the side of BDD. What an incredible group stage performance he put up.
I mean, even in the losses, this man was trying to 1v9. He was playing incredible. Unfortunately, he played a little bit too well against one of our North American representatives.
Damn you!
Damn
you! What the fuck was that?
Like they were point and click.
That's cute.
I mean, he was just really, really playing an incredible group stage. And I think it's pretty frightening coming into the quarterfinals against him, because if he's on that level, it's so hard to bet against him.
I mean, Chronicler, in a group that was so close, he really did feel like the difference maker time and time again for this Gen.G squad, and even getting them to this point.
I don't think there's ever been a question that BDD has been within the top 4 mids of the LCK. And amidst Chovy, Faker, and Trailmaker, it's really easy to kind of lose track of him. And the main reason for that, in my opinion, is because he's not able to always play to that level in high-pressure situations. But when BDD looks good, he looks like he can match anyone in the world.
And Freak, while we laud BDD for his performance in the group stage and in a number of ways his consistency in showing top performances, even if the team was losing. You look over to the side of Perks, perhaps just as integral to the team's success, but as we've mentioned before, maybe a little more volatile.
He is a little more volatile, and his champ pool is like almost double across the summer season overall, which is going to count Worlds. Perks has, I want to say, 20 champions played, and BDD has 14. Like 50% more, right? Like Perks has a lot going on, and BDD's pool is, I mean, not only more narrow, but it's very focused on just several champions, right? Like he's played a ton of Azir and Zoe here at this tournament, and that means if Perks has an Ocean, that means he can find the counter picks and kind of wait for those matchups. And I imagine mid counter pick to be a very big part of this match.
I mean, that's kind of what Mithy was hinting at a little bit. You know, Shox asked about, well, where's their biggest advantage? He said, well, they play really well, but they always play the same way, and that allows you to prepare these picks. That allows you to prepare strategies to hopefully take advantage.
Reading between the lines there, I like it. Now it's time for predictions. The last quarterfinal here at Worlds 2021. If you missed out on voting today, make sure you check out @MasterCard Nexus on Twitter to cast your vote for next week's series. But for now, Gen.G versus
Dude, next week's
Cloud9.
series.
It's
Next week's series, let's go. I'm so
56%
hyped.
rather votes towards Cloud9. Take it, leave it.
Much more fairly voted than I think yesterday's matchup. Where,
what are you talking about?
No flame the Mad Lions, they're very good, but like Damaki were clearly the heavy favorites here. This is about a 50-50, so I side there.
All right, fair enough. Let's jump right into analyst predictions though as well, because I want to find out if you all agree. Freak, you're first on the graphic, so you get to go first here.
Cool. I'm a play-by-play by trade, so history is all my analysis points. Gen.G are winless in international best of fives on this roster. 3-0 Cloud9.
3-0.
Whoa! Wait, this is the second guy.
They don't stand a chance for the LCK
Dude,
squad.
Purple, you're OP.
I'm gonna be honest,
Purple,
I
you
could honestly
predicted
see it
this.
being 3-0
Purple,
one way
that's
or
OP.
the other. Like, we got this drop. People like Cloud9 to finals. I'm
Oh,
like,
I mean,
"Oh,
you're
maybe
on the
Cloud9
same
go three
same
quarters."
as with
I
these
still
two
though.
player,
If you don't have faith, why are
casters.
you even here? I'm going Cloud9. I'm putting it closer than the Freak though. 3-2.
All right. Well, I also have the Faith Chronicler. I have you here for a reason, and that's to bring some reason onto the analyst desk. So help me out. Where do you fall in this prediction?
I do it with a slight tremble, but I am, of course, going to side with Gen.G. I think that even though Gen.G have faltered at times, that really doesn't kick in until semis at the earliest. You know, this is not semis yet. And individually, I think these players are incredible. Ruler in particular has looked completely revitalized. 3-1 Gen.G.
All right, well, I've been handed a grab bag
3-1.
of predictions
Wow.
everywhere from 3-0 to 3-2, and teams winning on other side. So really, it's anyone's game.
Dude,
The final
Freak
team for the semifinals will be decided today.
is the dice
It's do or
roller
die
in this
for
entire
Gen.G
thing.
and Cloud9.
That's
Dracos,
cute.
Cadril, Kobe, take it away.
Thank you so much, Dash. I like it. I like the strategy coming in from our analysts. If you predict every possible outcome, at least one person will be right. We'll have to see. I imagine there are a lot of NA fans out there watching the broadcast. We'll see if Gen.G can come out swinging. Because, you heard it on the desk. Maybe a bit predictable. Maybe a team that has gotten too much into their comfort zone. It's something that even they acknowledge, that they've been playing the same way since last year.
Yeah, they very much do. I mean, in the Gen.G self-documentary they were talking about, you had the coaching staff flaming and talking to the players about, at times, their lethargic approach to changing metas and them being so secure in the way that they play the game. But you get a certain amount of comfort from going back to the same champions. And BDD specifically, this tournament at Worlds, has shown what the rewards are for playing what you specialize in. Specifically with his Zoe, blasting both games there, beating Team Liquid, beating Longzhu with it in very impressive manners.
Yeah, I think a lot of the time, comfort sometimes is key. Sometimes you're late to the meta, sometimes you're late to pick up things like the Graves top or whatever it may be. But when it gets to the quarters and semis, it feels like comfort is always the best thing to go back to if you find ups and downs in these champions.
At the end of the day, a win is a win. Gen.G can have their eyes on that. We'll see if they default back to comfort or if they've adapted or if they're going to bring more picks out. We did see a little bit of the Amumu. We saw hints of that development over time. Last time we heard from BDD, it was the end of week 1 of groups when he was giving that insight. Has had a lot more time since then to study the meta, to adapt, and see if Gen.G can get over some of their weaknesses and being slow to adapt and show us more today.
And speaking of a win, Freak just said it on the desk. This iteration of Gen.G are winless in an international best of 5. They bombed out in quarterfinals last year against G2, and now they're up against Perks once again in the quarterfinals here in 2021.
It's so important to highlight because there's so much history between these teams, not just from the Gen.G quarterfinal last year where Perks beat them when he was playing on G2, but also for Clid. 2019, both best of 5s. He played on SKT. He got beaten by Perks in G2. Then in 2020, he's on Gen.G. He loses to Perks in G2. Now in 2021, in a quarterfinal in an elimination match, will he, for the 4th time in a row, lose to Perks?
That smug
So,
mid
for
laner
which
face.
team you're
Oh yeah, Perks has a message.
vouching
Like,
to win?
Perks is writing something in the pre-game lobby chats, trying to get into their heads all the time. Getting into draft, Kobe, we were talking about mid lane champions. We haven't seen BDD play LeBlanc. We haven't seen BDD play Ryze. We haven't seen him play TF. So I think C9 might have an edge in specifically mid lane champ pool.
Exactly. The point of the meta
LeBlanc,
and this team
really?
adapting and playing to it. So many of these
Dude, I am
roaming
actually
mid-lane
really
picks, some of these
disappointed
mid-lane
in
picks that
Gen.G
offer
right now.
map control
For them
rather
to
than
just
lane
take
control.
away
You
the
know,
LeBlanc
BDD, you always
and say
associate
that they're
the Zoe
scared.
and the Azir.
Like triple mid lane
Meanwhile,
ban.
they're banning out
I am
all
disappointed.
three
They are
first
underestimating
target
Cloud9 right now.
LeBlanc, Aurelia,
And
Twisted
that's
Fate.
gonna bite them in the
Ryze
ass
is
like
left up
really,
for them,
really
though.
soon.
Yeah, and we see it right there. 3 mid lane bans. The only other champion that BDD has really played has been the Syndra, and we saw Perks' Irelia against Rogue. 5-1-10, had a great game. 25-minute win for them, but with MF down and Yuumi down, that takes away 2 iterations of bot lane. Aphelios first picked, expecting Gen.G to prioritize some kind of thresh, and there's the Ziggs Lee Sin insta-lock from Cloud9.
And as easy as it is for us to talk about Perks versus BDD, Ruler is a core piece of this Gen.G lineup. Him getting Aphelios is massive, but the second we see the Ziggs locked in means that Cloud9 are throwing us a curveball. Sven on the Ziggs, they can play towards the bottom lane, or they can free Vulcan to go anywhere else.
Okay, so we haven't seen Life Thresh at all at Worlds yet, but he's gone for the Lulu blind pick. How does C9 want to approach this? Do they want to pick up a mid laner here, like a Syndra, like a Ryze? Is Yasuo locked in?
Lee Sin Yasuo, baby! The kick combo into ultimate. What? They're just daring BDD.
I was expecting some kind of Damwon comp in mid jungle, right? Syndra Lee Sin, maybe some Ryze Lee Sin, give him some setup, but no.
Dude, pick rate at 1%.
BDD now.
Let me tell you, this is such an ego on BDD. They're gonna pick up the Yasuo here and then ban out his 2 champions and dare him. See what you have next.
And the thing here that's so scary is we've heard it from Gen.G so many times. They are a team that preps well, that plans well. When things come out of the blue in the game, whether it's in the moment decision making, maybe if it's crazy picks on stage, they do not always respond well. They are not always ready. So the question inevitably is these bans start coming through, is BDD ready for this Yasuo?
And that's such a good research that ban there by C9. Yes, you have Sinza on one side, but BDD has been playing Set this year in the LCK, and it is a decent matchup into Yasuo Lee Sin if you build for the
Damn, dude. God damn, dude. I'm loving C9 right now. Miffy. Like I said, Miffy, ever since I was watching him playing,
Meanwhile, they're looking at
I
support here for
think he's
Cloud9.
a great player, but I think he has a bigger brain and a better skill set, you know what I'm saying? Like, his brain is too big for his hands to match up. It's most of the cases when I watch him play, right? He makes so many great map plays, but his mechanical skill is always not up to par. But right now, dude, the draft diff,
what can Fudge counterpick?
the draft
C9 are spelling a Kennen last pick here, so Gen.G is
right
to
now.
take it away from them. Does Fudge have another AP champ? Maybe a Gwen might come out.
He could go Jace into it. Jace still up. Very good matchup into Kennen. It would be very heavy AD and only rely on the Ziggs carry, but it can come through.
Yeah, that's my only real worry when you go for matchups like that. I mean, you could go for Camille, right? It does have a lot of true damage inside its kit, so you're not really falling into that as much. But the Kennen denial, very smart up there. We'll see if Fudge wants to pick out something like the Gwen.
Aatrox now coming out. At the end of the day, it does make it feel like
Aatrox mid.
Potential Kennen mid or an Aatrox mid. Certainly still have the luxury and the flexibility here, but BDD forced off of Comfort. Again, Gen.G creatures of habit. To see them forced onto new picks already in game 1 is going to be a reckoning. If they can do well on these champions, if they can adjust on the fly, it is huge for this series. If they fall down, easy for Cloud9 to keep the momentum going.
Yeah, I think it actually is going to be a swap here. Jarvan instead. Now that can be good into Kennen if you go for the all-in. And I do very much think it's Aatrox mid into Yasuo because it's actually a good matchup into Yasuo. But for the top side, if the Jarvan doesn't get jungle attention, you have to play off your kill threat versus Kennen. And if they don't actually have focus up there, then it falls away as a pick. So you got to think it's going to be the default game plan. Leave the Ziggs by himself to wave clear. Roam Vulcan up there, support and jungle.
And we saw TL run Jarvan top. We saw Alfari play it into, I believe it was, they were picking into a Kennen. Mad Lions, I believe it was Armut playing the Kennen. It did work out. They got all over early kills, but the Jarvan fell off. The Lee Sin might fall off. C9 are on against the timer.
Well, as Gen.G and Cloud9 load onto the Rift for our last quarterfinal, we're getting the perfect setup to game 1 with the tunes of the North American Burn It All Down remix featuring Denzel Curry. Be sure to check out the song and all the different remixes on the official League of Legends playlist on Spotify. And of course, the tension rises. There's so many questions that are going to be answered in this game.
The remixes,
where and how do
without the lyrics,
play? How will they respond to so many of the wild picks that we are seeing? Ziggs in the bot lanes for Sven. Can Cloud9 make it work? Is it a kill lane? Is Vulcan leaving? I know I've got a million questions, and I'm sure you guys are in the same boat.
Well, I actually know exactly how they're going to play. Not so much questions. I think that this opening draft here is right into Gen.G game plan. They have such good scaling opportunities. They have a lot of good defensive ones. It's going to be Cloud9 the aggressor, Gen.G trying to buy that time. They've got Aphelios Lulu for later and Kennen if they can bring that together for the team fights. However, Cloud9 will accelerate this game. Mid and jungle roaming, playmaking opportunities will be so
not the list. This means that Ziggs is going to play bot lane on his own. Not that this is going to hard support Yasuo. I just love Cloud9's composition right now. The BDD locking in Aatrox, that's pretty decent into a Yasuo, but it's very easy for Yasuo
20,
dodge
25
out of
minutes in,
your,
I feel like Gen.G scaling is really heavily favored in this game.
Oftentimes, too, when you're playing against Kennen, and it has been very difficult for so many teams here at Worlds to play against Kennen in the later stages, you need someone to mark the champion. Jarvan is one of the best at marking Kennen because if you find him on the flank, you just ult and then EQ out backwards. And it forces Kennen to either be stuck in the Cataclysm, as we don't have anyone caught here in the level 1, or have to use the flash early. So definitely does have a important job later on in the game as well.
Certainly, and mitigating some of those options if it is a more even game state is going to be key if Cloud9 do want to come out on top against so many of these incredibly powerful team-fighting champions. Similarly, if Ruler and Life get ahead of the clock, maybe in a way that could be unexpected, very hard to just burst him down. Yes, Ziggs Jarvan feels good, but if he's got a shield bow, if he's got a fed Lulu, very hard to take out that team.
Lulu? Let me cast your minds back a year ago.
Something interesting to hear.
You know what
a
happened
fat
in all 3 of those
Lulu,
games?
guys. Are you guys
Level
ready
ones,
to
they always
see
got
a
flash,
fat
they always got kill.
Lulu?
The level 1s from G2 were really creative. We saw a little glimpse of C9 trying something there. They won't get anything. It's just going to be a ward trade-off. Ward on the Raptors for C9, and then this blue buff warded out for Gen.G.
And it's important where they went for it, right? Because they're trying to get, if you would have been able to get a flash off Kennen early, that just completely changes how you play the lane. You don't get to go so aggressive as Rascal on the top side trying to harass him, and that would just be an easy target for those jungle and mid and support roams we talked about.
And I love how we were talking backstage about Sylas, Ryze, Zoe, Azir, Syndra, and it's Aatrox versus Yasuo. C9 had to leash the blue, so all in.
Oh, going in. Easy trade so far, but Life just autoing back, not too concerned whatsoever, just takes it on the chin with the Guardian and walks away.
Yeah, Guardian deceptively powerful there for the support combination. Obviously, there with the Aphelios being able to start very aggressively.
Oh my god.
Trade Vulcan down to
taking a lot of damage here. Vulcan's
no
in trouble. Ignite now going forward. He's going to go flash for the auto. He's ticking. He's burning.
Vulcan's low-key insing there.
Life into death. First blood for Gen.G.
Yeah,
but I understand
really
his
disrespecting Gen.G there. They
now.
leashed. They didn't have a ward in the bush. Gen.G had bush control. They're double range champs, and C9 have no heal. The second that hook misses and Vulcan can't proc Aftershock, he's dead.
Yeah, super big lapse in judgment there from the Cloud9 bottom lane, from Vulcan himself. All in.
Drag, Auto going forward. Rascal does
He's
have
dead.
flash. He can try to walk away, but easy to flash Auto. Follow. Solo kills on both sides of the map.
So much action on both side lanes. Lots of all-ins. And C9 winning out on
Fudge
the top
is a
side.
beast.
Gen.G winning out on the bot side. Solo kill for Fudge.
Fudge.
Yeah, what roams? You don't even need any roams. The harassment from the flag here with Airy, with the Doran's ring start. It's something that
Fudge
we
is a
mentioned and
beast.
touched on the last time
Fudge,
when we saw Team Liquid
you are
the Jarvan into Kennen response, but they didn't have such a good opening, and since Camera was on bottom side, didn't see the extra health exchange. Here is the movement from Vulcan, though, as they go right in for number 2.
He's trying to push them out of this bush. You see he puts the ward, he's trying to push them out, but the second he misses the hook and he can't get Aftershock, he exhausts, splashes out, Life finishes the kill, so bit of a misstep there from Cloud9's bot lane, but like we just saw on the top side, going in favor of Fudge.
And we were absolutely ready for this game to be all about mid lane. Instead, the side lanes are where we have to look. Fudge finding a solo kill, bot lane finding that 2v2 kill, and it is
Yasuo's
so big.
not going to do much in the early
Cloud9
stages.
want Vulcan to
This
get out
is
of the lane.
why
They want him
this
to
is why
roam.
Aatrox
Life and Ruler are not letting that happen by finding these early
his
advantages.
early,
One of the other big things in both of those kills
is pretty
was
decent.
that
He
the
can
wave
shove
was
the
actually
wave
in a
pretty
good
well.
spot for
Yasuo's
both
not
of
going
the
to have a
ones
lot of
getting
chances
those
to
kills.
farm.
So,
So
or
if
receiving them,
given enough
Rascal
time,
teleports right back,
pressure at
Fudge
mid,
teleports right
Yasuo's
back,
not going to be able
bottom
to do
side
much.
as well.
But that's the
You
problem.
get to actually
It's just
hold
about
on
a matter
to
of
your
time.
teleport from Sven.
As soon
Ziggs
as
just
Yasuo
stays
gets
down there,
his
relying
first
on the
2
wave clear,
items,
has Biscuit, so he can just push out now and still go back. This means that you kind of buy time for openings for possible Vulcan
as soon
roams,
as Yasuo gets
around
his
the map.
first
He's going to be very
item,
vulnerable, though, because
he
he has
can
to
do
rely
so
only on
much
Hex
more in
Flash,
terms of dives,
and sometimes
in
it could
terms
be
of
a
map play.
liability walking around if you
So-
get caught out without your jungler.
Yeah,
with
it's
top lane no flash, that's where the Kennen is most vulnerable. He won't have that for
Aatrox
3.5
into
minutes or
Yasuo
so.
at this case,
And the
it's
Jarvan level
denying
6
the
deadly, so Gen.G need to
inevitable.
cover top side soon and start to get
Look at
top
that,
side
he
vision.
easily,
They already
like,
have a vision
hides
in the
out of
river
BDD's,
brush. Clid basing now and going to his top respawn
Inferno
should help
chains.
out Rascal a little bit.
Want to point out the deep ward they took the time to put on Wolves as well, because both junglers starting on the opposite sides of the map means that blue quadrant respawning for both junglers should be opposite sides of the map, and Blabber showing on some of these wards means that Xin heading towards top side to cover and to help that Kennen is going to have priority there, but Cloud9 using the time to take over on bottom side.
And of course, in the meantime, as we wait for some more action in this game, Verizon 5G All Chat. You can share your thoughts, your impressions, anything over on Twitter. Verizon 5G All Chat, the way to do it. Let us know who you think is going to take this game. It's still very early. Anyone's game, absolutely.
Yeah, both junglers just cycling through their second clears now. Blabber on the bot side. Clid on the top side. They're going to keep mirroring each other's pathing, but that ward, like you talked about, Kobe on the Wolves, should time out, but you can see the ping right there onto Blabber. Gen.G have full information of jungle. C9 should know where Clid is because he didn't show on the top grab. He was on bot grab, so it means he started top side. You'd expect with the early ward on the Raptors too. C9 put a lot of bot side vision here. You can see, I think they'll spot out Clid soon.
Take their time now. Clid's starting to move down, but obviously having that vision on it makes sure that the bot lane can feel relatively comfortable just to sit under this tower and wave clear. Interestingly enough, Ruler, because he does not get the kill, chops by a Cole when he retreats, so not able to snowball that early kill lead into anything more than lane pressure at this moment.
So C9, their comp really spikes at 6. Jarvan ult, Lee Sin ult, Yasuo ult, the setup is great on the top side, and Sven has saved his TP in case anything kicks off. So Gen.G will be at a disadvantage at level 6 fights, especially given that Zen has TP, but Gen.G's comp scales very well, so it's on C9 to look for some kind of
Yasuo players.
Both junglers contesting top side here, but look at Vulcan, he's first on the play, but he's spotted out on the wall.
Those who don't understand,
no, he's not. He actually ran around
I think Yasuo can play those like... I'm such a... Blabber, are you okay?
Just out of the bush, Perk's getting lower and lower. Infernal Chains will not pull him back. They're now going to fight for the crab, but Clid's going to grab that one and run away.
Nice
Quick flash out, though, getting that one for free in the end, trading it for the Scuttle Crab.
A little bit of money earned there, but not a lot of meaningful map advantage. Now
yeah,
you get to transition
I
back
think
to
I
the
didn't finish
side.
my point. The point is,
he will get access to the Zen
Yasuo
ultimate
needs his
pretty quickly here with
and
his
level
6, but that flash is another opening
but
for
people
possible
play
punishment,
him like he is a
as
level
there's
3
no other escapes for this champion.
So,
Yeah,
and that's how most Yasuo
team.
lane.
I think play the steel caps will be the aim of the game.
I'd
for
say the
Gen.G.
same for Yone as well.
In the early game, if Vulcan runs out of lane towards topside, Life has to match him on a Lulu, which is not ideal. You want to match him on a melee support because it's better in early skirmishes. As I say that, the level 6s have come in. Rascal's flash should be timed, so they should know it's around 30, 45 seconds from now. Maybe they have a window. Blabber gets spotted out, so they should know Fudge is here, and nothing will come of it.
Also looking at the early upgrade for the Berserker Greaves there for Perks, a lot of possible setup for this Yasuo. If they can gain control of the mid lane, you know, they've just pushed out of River there, so the ward vision around River for Cloud9 can allow him to either go play off those hooks or kicks, or even Jarvan EQs on top side.
Certainly is an option, but of course I think it's good that we're looking now at the bottom side of the map because the support matchup here is something that we need to take into account. You can see dual proximity significantly lower, 14th coming out for Vulcan here, whereas Life spending a lot more time. We're seeing that exemplified here. There may be C9 fighting for this one. Perks roaming down.
Lovely damage
Can't
there.
get him in the area, but they don't want to take the risk. Happy for now just to settle on the blue buff. Of course, Perks doesn't need it, so easy for Blabber to pick that up and take the extra experience.
Yeah, the level 6 from C9 is just really scary. All Blabber has to do is ward jump, kick someone. The Yasuo instantly follow on top of a Zigzag, so no mobility for Gen.G to actually contest that, no vision either, so instead they're going to move towards the top side of the map. Blabber's top side camps are respawning, so maybe Clid wants to look for something there, but
so
Herald's
much
spawning. We just saw the kill and assist.
This is
15.
one of those
Vulcan
games
is
where
first.
like
He needs to be out of the lane, and he needs to be helping his team a lot as Perks. Goes on to BDD.
Because like the chances of it failing
definitely make that trade a little bit difficult.
Like
Not really
so
a lot
high
of
because
sustain
it's
yet
so
for
obvious
the
how the Yasuo will play.
Blabber in the area, not sure if they fully want to commit for this one. Will we see a kick come out? Blabber for now backing off. Life in the area. Vulcan here as well, but down a level. Both sides just going to walk away.
So much matching so far this game. Just trying to defend all of these possible openings. They know it's going to be explosive when it pulls out, but bottom side is the big payment for Gen.G because they've got Sven recalling, and he actually does not use the teleport.
Exactly.
He's saving his teleport for possible Rift Herald play on top side of the map.
Yeah, so the trade-off should be the Herald for those bot plates that Ruler just got, but Perks just got really chunked out. Maybe Gen.G fancy themselves a fight here.
He committing the ultimate now, hitting the first hit of the blades. Perks forced to flash away. Third stack now coming out. Blabber on the pursuit. Rascal ready to go to the wall if he needs to, but he's not going to. Blastcone takes him out to safety, but Gen.G with control on the top side.
Just
Playing
like
very
that,
well.
BDD will earn
They
the
know
opening
they are,
for Gen.G
like,
to get the first objective. Not much
as
that
of now,
Cloud9 can
so
do about it now. Flashes burn for both Perks and Blabber, taking down a lot of the playmaking. Fudge is actually still sniffing around though.
Looks like C9 are just losing out everywhere on the map. BDD has the mid push. Rascal's first to respond on this Herald, and C9 get pushed out of top side while Ruler is getting plates in bot, so it's only a 400-500 gold lead for Gen.G right now, but they have a lot of gold ready to be used. Clid secures it, Fudge.
But now fully committing. That's the TP going in. Cloud9 want to take this fight. Fudge might be in trouble, but Blabber's on the way. Rascal on the backside, though. This could be disastrous. Sven gonna ult, but it's not gonna do anything.
Oh, that's the
Fudge going to, they've already taken the Herald. There's no reason for C9 to fight here. Fudge now running. Maybe they've saved Fudge's life, but it doesn't look like it. Winds become lightning, and Fudge goes into the dirt.
They're trying to collapse right now. They use the teleport from Sven, but they can't get anything. Gen.G sweep the map of objectives, and guess what? You see on the mini-map, he's heading right back down to bottom lane. Ruler walking his way towards another minion wave for Aphelios. That turret is already at 2 turret plates as well, going to sustain some damage.
And we wanted to see how Gen.G were going to handle some of these unknown variables, some of these crazier picks, a Yasuo in the mid lane, a Ziggs on the bottom side. Ultimately, they have weathered the storm. The level 6 that they were so scared of, they have made it through. Life and Ruler dominating on the bottom side of the map. Ruler getting so many plates. The fact that Gen.G also got that Herald is putting Cloud9 in a 1k deficit that will shoot up to 2k once they are able to drop that.
And this is what we've seen from Gen.G all tournament long. You remember their game against Mad Lions, where Ruler's doing the exact same thing. Carzzy runs topside to help his team with numbers advantage. He farms a bot tower. Gen.G play by the book, but it works.
This game being so calm in the opening is playing right into their hands. They win 4v5 and get the extra teleport. Sven now not having teleport on the Ziggs means he has to walk all the way down to this dragon. Cloud9 going to force on the dragon, thereby giving up top push on, to the Kennen, who, Rascal, by the way, does have teleport if he wanted to join.
Is Fudge, yeah, I was going to say, is Fudge going to TP top here just to catch that wave? Looks like you will in the end. The problem now is you're down double TP against Gen.G.
Exactly.
They have all the map control that they want. They have a Herald popped in bot. That's going to be first tower. You know, there's a world where Gen.G can push for a tier 2 here and invest double TP to force it. They don't have to be over-aggressive. They might be a little bit conservative here, but they can do it with Rascal's TP.
Yeah, this team that has Aphelios, Lulu, and Kennen for later for these team fights, getting such an early lead and early map control is going to do a lot for them. Now, after taking bottom side, you can easily transition. Push one more wave for Ruler and Life, then you swap them, push them right up mid lane, and you can keep pressure on these turret plates. There's so much more time left with turret plates that can actually gain money.
Perkz, of course, in the mid lane doing his best to hold on. We take a look, 2k difference as expected. Perkz getting more items under his belt is good, but the steel caps you talked about, an easy purchase. BDD getting out of that one.
The dash, the emotes.
Flashes.
I mean, say what you will about BDD's champ pool with not playing the Twisted Fate and only a few games of Rise this year on it. He doesn't have to play what is most highly prized in the meta. The Aatrox here doing so much work for them. Earning that objective, he's the one who started out the health leads that got them the top side play. He's the one that escapes from this flash roam from Vulcan with just the ultimate on Aatrox. Definitely another great showing from him.
Absolutely is. Let's take this moment now and check in on the Verizon 5G all chat. Brian Espinoza. Let's go C9. The faithful shall be rewarded. C9 fans since 2015. Gen.G is going home with the quarterfinals consolation prizes today. Absolute confidence, Mr. Espinoza. I respect that. But that said, right now, they're going to need to find a way out of this hole before they win this best of 5.
They definitely are. I mean, Rascal has TP advantage and he's bots right now, so Gen.G can just play topside. C9, what's your response? They're going to have to try and shut down the Kennen, you'd imagine, but then they're giving up another tower to Ruler's Aphelios, who's been getting so much gold this game. So C9 always have a numbers disadvantage the more they play to the same lane that Gen.G do.
In alignment and along the lines of those tweets, there can be an explosive team fight here in store for Cloud9. The gold lead is definitely slipping away from them, and the item completions are going to be very difficult to deal with, especially the Gale Force on Ruler. The extra mobility there makes him more difficult to catch. But their combination, especially with Blabber's flash back off cooldown, can be undodgeable if he flashes in and gets it.
But the TP situation's really hurting them. Look, Fudge had to move mid, Perkz had to move top to try and shut someone down. If they can get a pick here, they'll unlock the map, but the thing is they're losing on 3 lanes.
Dive.
Kick, Yasuo, not quite in range. They're going to get knocked back. Vulcan, if he can hit the hook, then the ult will go off. That's going to go in. Perkz immediately ults and they're backing away, but Blabber's already going down. BDD and Rascal are in the area. It's going to be a bloodbath. Perkz is a wind wall, can't block that. Locked up by the Infernal Chains. Will manage to make it out. Gen.G descending on C9. They have overcommitted for the play, and Gen.G are happy to punish.
Yeah, C9 get outscaled and they have to force something, but Gen.G have double TP advantage, so yes, you can shift up towards top and commit 4 numbers, but Gen.G can just pull the trigger on double TP and match you with 5.
Angel, that only works if you instantly annihilate Ruler. If you instantly follow it up with the combo, but there is no follow-up there. He actually gets his ult off, he buys a lot of time, the teleports come in, and they get wiped. Those teleports, when they are in advantage for Gen.G, you can't spare those extra seconds. You have to be surgical.
And the way C9's whole comp works is you have to single out a target. As we see in the Axe replay, Blabber goes in, but the kick is just way too early. Perkz is not on the same screen. He's not in range to follow up with the ultimate. So then Blabber is basically dying for Ruler, but you've invested 4 ultimates to kill him. Yep. So now when the double TP comes in, Sven tries to flash away, but Klid's collapsing because they have 3 pushing lanes. Gen.G own the whole map.
You need to also just praise Gen.G for the map movement here. They have been so calm in this early game and just holding on to these defensive answers to the first move from Cloud9. All comes down there and Sven knows
with the
What a
opening,
slow-mo on that.
just golf claps all around.
Dude, Gen.G is
It's
not
going according
immune.
to
They
plan
know
there
like
for
C9
Gen.G.
is
After
insane.
that play,
They are not
Sven
immune.
knows
That was
there
not.
is
That was
a
not Gen.G making
plummeting
plays.
chance here for Cloud9
Cloud9
in
making
game
such a
number
horrible
1.
play.
Incredibly difficult. Gen.G controlling the game, controlling the pace of the game, even with some hectic topside action and a solo kill for Fudge. Gen.G keep their eye on the prize, keep control of the pace. We talked about the mid game. This is where Gen.G are usually shaky if they don't have a lead, but they do have a lead. Much easier for them now to start this fight as they engage onto Vulcan. Has been marked out. Gen.G for now just pushing in for Vision. Cloud9, of course, have playmaking potential. Can fish for maybe this 1v1 as Perkz walks in. A lot of damage initially onto the Kennen. Does. Blade now coming out. Rascal with the ulti, though, just going to find the disengage as the ulti comes in on the backside. Meanwhile, Vulcan is getting picked off. Gen.G now in position to take the second Herald of the game.
Yeah, C9 are trying to get some kind of setup to contest
I wouldn't
this
say
Herald because,
anything.
like
I
we've
think
been
he's
talking
just
about TikTok for
overforcing
C9, these
phase.
plays aren't going in their favor, but they have to find something eventually. You can see Fudge might even want to try to force this a little bit. Perkz is around, but without the ultimate, I think they're just going to have to back off.
That seems kind of crazy. Yeah, they don't have Ziggs ultimate or Perkz ultimate, and Vulcan in base. That's got to be an objective for Gen.G. They should be able to continue to snowball this map as well. Dragon spawning soon. They can reset off the empowered recall here, trying to bait him towards the brush, but
Perkz in the area. No ulti for Perkz, though, is going to make this hard. We got fights everywhere. Now they're trying to take down Ruler. Red, white, don't fight, but maybe they can make it work. Ruler healing up from the ultimate, trying to get it down. Blabber will manage to hold on to his life. Meanwhile, on the top side of the map, 1 kill for C9. But what will it cost them as Perkz and Fudge are now running for their lives. Clid pushing forward. Herald collapsing topside. Will break the tower, but Cloud9 take Ruler down.
They're going to try and trade objectives here. They want mid turret because they've got Ziggs who can execute that turret quickly, and Blabber will take the dragon. But because of the Rift Herald, you have to answer the topside push. That thing will go down so quickly. It's going to get one shot here. Herald into 4 members of Gen.G. They will push for 2.
Yeah, C9 get a kill. Well, Gen.G got a kill on Vulcan earlier on. Now they get 2 towers. Top tier 2 is worth so much gold. But C9 have the dragons, right? They have the late game with dragons. Their comp doesn't scale well, but dragons can help them. The problem is, it's a Cloud Dragon.
It definitely is a problem, but the bonus there for Cloud9 is they're happy to trade in these sorts of situations because they had Ziggs and the capability with the satchel charge to quickly execute that mid-turret. They do get some gold back on top of the kill, plus the turret, plus the dragon.
They've also gotten both dragons, can set themselves up for that out, can set themselves up for that soul win condition, and while Gen.G are firmly in control, a 4K gold advantage, we know Cloud9 are a team that can make comebacks, that can find those big fights in those big moments, and Gen.G notoriously, where they have struggled, is closing out confidently in mid and late game situations.
And that's exactly it, right? When you approach Gen.G in this series as Cloud9, you have 2 options. One, you go what Mad Lions did, and you play control mages, you play slow, and you let Gen.G win the early game, but fail in the mid game, and you outscale them, and you punish them for their overextensions. Or you match them with firepower in early, and outscale them with neutral objectives. Right now, that's the option that C9 have chosen for. They have got 2 dragons themselves, just like we talked about, but the thing is, Gen.G are just really far ahead, and they have full map control.
And here's my plan for Gen.G. You wait until Ruler has his flash. Once he has flash, he will be able to carry you no problem versus this. He has been under attack from Cloud9 for the last 5 minutes because of that flash down, and they've gotten some big objectives off of it. But him having that extra mobility, plus the Lulu, plus the exhaust, plus the Gale Force here, should allow him to avoid the kind of collapse scenario for Gen.G, allowing them to more cautiously play this map. And guess what? When you have White Gun and you're playing into this heavy melee dive sort of composition, if they can't one-shot you, you do so much.
Rascal locked out. They are going to get the ultimate out. Goes back through with the Protobell, now trying to leap out to safety, but does get taken down. Blabber again clean. Another shutdown in favor of C9.
Critical pick in the mid-game where Cloud9 know that they have to take some more
TP.
risky movements.
I think Clid is hovering around. Maybe look. So I thought BDD's TP was coming up in 2 seconds. I thought Clid was just hovering around to maybe collapse on them, but it looks like C9 is going to back off. But like you said, Kobe, huge pick for C9. They need to make picks. They need to get Gen.G's flashes 1 by 1 or kill them 1 by 1, and that's how they unlock the map.
You know, I think that reaction actually illustrates what BDD was kind of talking about in his interview with Ashley, where he was talking about sometimes they do berate themselves for not taking those split-second decisions when you see the opening and jumping on an opportunity like that, whereas Cloud9 always jump on it, for better or worse, sometimes, sometimes good, sometimes not so good.
And you need to be able to spot out those opportunities. You need to know in that moment when it comes to aggressive playmaking, this is the fight we're going to take and we need to take it now. If you are too slow, if you hesitate on the TPs, If you hesitate at all, a fight and an opportunity can slip away from you. In Cloud9, sometimes they take too many opportunities, as you've highlighted, but often better to take a few too many than take a few too few.
And that's something both of these teams need to clean up moving forward in the tournament. You face EDG, you face a T1 or a Damwon, making those mistakes and failing those split-second decisions can be fatal.
I will say, from the position of Gen.G though, looks pretty good, and you can't really fault them for being a little cautious in this scenario where they have such a big lead, and every one of their counters has worked out. They want to save the extra resources. Now though, Cloud9 have double teleport, and that possibility, Dracos, is definitely there. 1 minute and 40 seconds left on Dragon number 3. That is the one big kind of comeback avenue that Cloud9 have open to them at this moment. Gets very scary though, because this Kennen, this pivotal Kennen, flash coming up here for Rascal, and just bought the stopwatch. That thing can be devastating in a lot of these scenarios. Again, so many melee champs on the side of Cloud9. When you group up, when you take that Yasuo ultimate in, you are then vulnerable to a lot of the AoE.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people think of Peel as defensive tools, right? Life can buff up Ruler, he can give him shield, speed, and health, but aggressive Peel is always good as well. If this Xin Zhao and Kennen are diving onto Sven and he has forced to run away and he can't really follow up, or they're diving onto Perks, then you buy more time for Ruler. Gen.G actually starting up Baron here. They have got a Felios, so will go down quite quickly, but C9 should be in the area to respond.
Wanted aggressive decisions coming out from Gen.G. This is certainly one of them. A little bit high risk. Are they going to commit to it? They certainly can shred it down with ease. I'm going to walk away. Ziggs now gone. Lee Sin always has to be respected here. Gen.G will back away. C9 spotting that one out is big.
Ziggs strikes fear into the heart of every jungler, K-Joel, when you're starting up Baron. And true here for Gen.G. So
that is a good
risk
play by
avoidance
Gen.G.
here.
They lose
not
nothing.
going to continue on with
Maybe
that.
a little bit of time, but
that
they
though is one of those
forced
openings, some
C9
more
to go
time
to
here
there as well.
for Cloud9 to try
They
and
don't lose out
Gen.G,
on
not
much.
necessarily pushing their lead
they were
to
setting
any sort of
themselves
degree.
up.
Look what
for,
C9
like,
are
an
doing. They're
opportunity
actually
to make
ignoring
a
Dragon.
comeback.
All
I
of
mean,
Gen.G are now
comeback,
running
like
from base straight to the Drake.
like a
C9 stay
bulldozing
on the map.
move,
They're running
but
straight to top,
C9
so they're
didn't
trading
allow that.
gold for objectives here. So this Cloud Soul we talked about, if C9 skip this, it'll be around 10 minutes before they can start to contest it. They want to trade for tier 1s.
I love this for two reasons, because if you give the Cloud Dragon, you also cycle the Soul. You will force Mountain by cycling Soul, giving Cloud Omega Galaxy Brain here. You trade up in gold, and you can get a better Soul.
True, certainly an option. Of course, at this point, we have the Cloud Rift. Will come through, third Drake of the game. So in this case, Gen.G gonna grab their first
Hi,
one.
Soxar, welcome to the stream.
Yep, that's gonna be Gen.G's first Cloud Drake. 3 more still.
Who are
So
you
it's 15
supporting?
minutes until Gen.G can even...
I think I know the answer. but
What are you talking about?
I was like, cycle! Oh,
Mounting us like where?
I feel like you're one of those guys. Cancel. I feel like you're one of those
I was
players
like, we're
where
going
like
down in the ship, Kobe.
you
It was
put
a little old
your
man yells at Clouds in this case, I guess, kind of
scores
literally,
on
but,
Gen.G,
I was like,
but
get
you
out of there,
secretly
Cloud,
want
get out of
C9 to
there.
win.
No, they just want to slow the pace of the game down and get some more
I think
gold
you're
themselves.
one of
Their
those,
whole
like,
comp
true
revolves around gold, and they're just trading the objectives for gold. They're only around 2-3k gold down now, but the spikes are slowly starting to come in. 1-2 items being built for C9, QSS, 4 perks to stop the polymorph from life and the stun from Rascal, you imagine. But Gen.G just want to control the top side of the map for these next 5 minutes.
And we talked about it earlier in the game, and I think we have to hit it again. For Cloud9, it is hard to team fight against an Aatrox, against a Kennen, against Ruler, who's going to be sitting potentially unthreatened in the backline if you cannot immediately blow him up. But there are avenues. When you have a Jarvan and a Ziggs together, when you have this Lee Sin plus Yasuo combo, you certainly have the potential to blow Ruler up or another key member at the start of the fight and leave no avenue for response on the side of Gen.G. So eyes on execution, eyes on the setup and the vision here. For now, we see Gen.G very much controlling the top side of the map, controlling the area around the pit, but C9 trying to get mid-prio so they can take some of that back.
How cool would that be, though, if you could opt into cycling like that? It would rotate.
Just keep recycling Drakes until you get the one you want.
I don't like this roll.
There's like a coin. You can like refresh the Drake. You go and you donate 50 gold. It just swaps.
Ding, ding, ding.
All right, Cloud9 then. With the outer turret
My
gold, see what they can
prediction
actually
was
do with it. Some completions coming
C930
in.
sweep.
The
Was
QSS, the
or
Starix,
is.
both gonna
You have to
very
be
big before they
clear on
pop
that.
the
I need you to
T4
explain it
behind
to me.
Perks
Is
that's
it
being
a
pinged
is
by
or was it
BDD,
a
I
was?
They were pinging it and looking for some kind of thing. But the reason this game is slowing down is because
Ruler
Sven has a good
grab
wave.
some.
Hang on a second.
Lightning Blabber gonna
Because
walk
if
away.
it
I was just gonna
was
say,
a
the reason this
was,
game is kind
you're
of slowed
mad.
down a bit.
You're
Gen.G want to find a
crazy.
setup to get this Baron, but C9 have a really good wave clear in the Zig. Sven can just one-pop the wave, so
Like,
Gen.G
you're
can't
C9
threaten anything. But then
crazy.
Gen.G is fine waiting for Ruler to get more and more items, so it's like a standoff right now until Drake spawns, you imagine.
We're walking up, and hey, right as you call it, there
Let's
it is.
go.
The wave now
That's a
deleted.
nice
Clint now going to be in trouble.
takedown.
Immediately going to use the ultimate. Yasuo waiting, trying to buy time on the ultimate, but Ruler is so damn strong. Fudge in the backline, though.
Oh, let's
still
go!
into it. Perks on the Yasuo. That's one for him, one for Fudge.
Good
now
setup by
Gen.G gonna be in trouble.
Fudge.
Rascal, BDD life. All eyes on the Kennen ultimate. The re-engage can be big here. It can't be the difference maker, but Perks is still standing strong. C9 standing strong. BDD in the midst of everybody. Rascal biding his time. Waiting for the opportunity.
Fudge, you're crazy!
Can't even push. Oh, this is massive for C9.
What's an ace? They did it! They brought the team fight together! The Cloud
is the MVP of C9!
25 minutes into the game, and Baron will
Look
be
at
there!
that, dude.
Yeah,
Holy
I thought C9
shit.
would slow it down and wait for the
How
dragon
high
to get
is
a good
his
setup and maybe
ability
punish a
age?
face check, but Vulcan just flash hooks Clid, and now all of a
Has
sudden
Airy has
Cloud9 get 5
inspiration?
kills. They're getting
I think
themselves
that's
the Baron.
like
This
15
confidence on the
ability hits
timer
locked
is
in,
now
right?
ahead.
But what else?
This
Oh wait, no,
Ziggs
not
with a
15,
Yasuo
maybe
wind wall
like
is
10
eating
ability
turrets.
hits?
This gold lead is going to grow for Cloud9.
Those opportunities,
This
the
is big.
split-second
This is
decisions
huge.
that we highlight for them, jumping in onto Clid, and even though Blabber goes
Dude,
down,
like
teleport,
Clid,
but they know this is their chance,
for
this
like
is their opening
30% of that team fight was in the air. That was hilarious.
Clid disrespecting the flash hook, and second of all, Life uses the wild growth onto Clid to keeping up, so when C9 commits onto Ruler, there's no real peel from Life. BDD split up, Rascal finally arrives, and then it's just a 5v3, 4v3 that just have to make sure they can land the spells, and Fudge.
Oh my
Fudge is the man of the fight.
Fudge absolutely is, and on the
Fudge
side of
was,
Rascal,
that was crazy from
waited
Fudge.
too long, did not have the confidence to pull the trigger in that moment with Flash, with Ken and ult. He could not save that fight.
I love the Sven reactions, either in the big play or in the losing
Look at the, I think
plays.
it's
You
a
put
substitute at the
faith
back
in
with the one with the, like,
knockups, and this is
the
Cloud9, the
blonde
team
hair.
that originally
He looks
brought
unimpressed.
you the
like
Yasuo plus
when
Gragas
when
combination.
C9
Way
entered,
back
he
in
was
the
like,
day,
yeah,
they've
that's
got
C9.
knockups to spare.
And then
Even with
Gen.G
Blabber
entered, and
down,
he's like,
Fudge finding
yeah,
so
that's
many of them.
Gen.G.
Perks are as well into the backline, following it up.
Yeah, and we saw in the teaser before this game, this will
he
be
like,
an
he
endurance
was, like,
series. This is
so
all about
phased
endurance. When
throughout.
you've got the most
I think it's
internationally
good.
successful North
Okay,
American
let's take a
team
look again, like
alongside
if we get like
possibly the
another cam
greatest Western
reaction
player
from
of all time.
Gen.G.
Endurance is their comfort zone.
Perks, a man who has made miraculous comebacks. Game 5 versus RNG, his entire track record on G2, now on Cloud9 against Gen.G, determined to head to his next World semifinal. Has not missed it since
The
2018.
band wants to go for that W.
Wants to make good on it now for Gen.G. They have to weather the storm. They have to find a way back into the game because the fact that they were winning,
they don't
the fact
even
that they
need it.
built a massive
Oh,
lead and
good
Cloud9
minion
still
aggro.
took that Baron and took that fight for them is bad news for them if they let this one get away.
Yeah, Gen.G still have good scaling though. The Aphelios Lulu will do a lot of damage in fights if
There we
we
go.
get uptime. Last time around
Like,
in the fight,
like all
C9 was able
Ziggs
to
players
one-shot him before
would
he
want
could start
to
to
bless
find any
that
damage.
W.
So
Even if they
C9
killed
has to
themselves,
be careful.
going for the
If
W
Ruler
is like
has
feels good,
uptime and
man.
can hit onto Fudge and Blabber, he
They
will
can't
shred them
say
down
no
when he
to
gets his
that.
third item. We'll have the Infinity Edge.
For now, though, Cloud9 turning their attention back to their third dragon of the game, setting themselves up for Soul Point.
Of the gay.
Gen.G
He
for
wanted
now
to say
is gonna be
nay
having
and
fight for
game at
mid-priority,
the
look
same
to take
time,
down
so
that
he went to
T1
say gay.
potentially, but Sven has ult and they have no Baron buff, so
Blabber?
it should be easy to just delete the wave.
Actually
of
not
the Diamond
Blabber, more like
objective.
C9.
Gen.G's mid game kind of faltering a bit. Rascal, a lot of indecisiveness, especially in that last fight, as you highlighted. Had ult and flash, but he didn't find the angle. Now he's on the side, looking for Sven perhaps, but Sven has flash. Gen.G need to make sure they set up vision control and make Cloud9 walk into them so Rascal can find the right angle.
Yeah, I mean, the problem for Gen.G is that Cloud9 were so surgical and they immediately knew what to do off of the win for that team fight. You get your Baron, you Baron-empowered recall, you take over bottom side because bottom inhibitor is always the most valuable. It's furthest away from Baron when number 2 spawns. You can draw them across the map, but also because you leave all the vision through
That
red
is
quadrant
interesting.
of the jungle, leading up to
That
the
is
dragon,
interesting
allowing
logic.
Blabber to easily pick that Cloud Dragon up, setting
Going
themselves
for
up
bot so
the
you can set
possible
up for the
soul there
next
in
Baron.
4.5 minutes.
Yeah, but big item picked up by Ruler now. Has the Infinity Edge. 3 item Aphelios with summoners up. C9 need to be very, very careful. But they do have 3 stopwatches, so a lot of time that they can buy if Rascal does find the right angle for now. CG on this top tier.
Hook goes a little bit wide here. Vulcan has it proc. Aftershock Heavy is very squishy. Will go golden with the use of the stopwatch. Perks now backing off. Wind wall to prevent the re-engagement. Vulcan now caught out. Exhaust does go down. The Vulcan turns off. Perks now goes in. That's the cannon ult. Essentially useless, but Ruler is not. That is the damage. Now stepping forward, spinning with all of his might. Man, he does so much damage in this exchange. Fudge walking away. Cloud9 holding on,
Fudge
but
just
Gen.G
gets
fighting
away
back.
with
Big
this
escape there
plays.
from Fudge at the end. Cloud9 get out with just 2 casualties there. It was such a big engage there for Gen.G. I like them actually forcing the issue here, and this is one of the times where they take it into their own hands because they know if they take the focus off of Ruler, they allow Ruler to hit. You mentioned Cadril, 3-item power spike for here. He did so much damage, chasing down, Perks on the outset there. Vulcan does go down early and stopwatch blown.
Yeah, and he wasn't even there for the start of it. I love the aggression coming out from Clid. He just EQs onto Vulcan no matter
Next
what.
dragon is up in 3 minutes. Why did BDD
despite
teleport to bot?
He
I'm not too
knows
sure.
when Vulcan made a mistake,
I'm not too sure
and he
about that
punished
play.
it straight away. Clid, massive props in this fight.
And then you see the response there. So as soon as he flashes in and he gets a charge in plus Lulu ultimate and stopwatch goes down, immediately you have them running up the lane. Rascal uses ultimate for Kennen ultimate there. With the exhaust sound, though, Cloud9 try and turn, but when Ruler gets there, oh my goodness, so much damage. Once he arrives, you cannot afford to stay in. They have to run, and they scatter. Good ultimate there from Fudge to EQ over to the Blast Cone, though, and live.
And the way both these comps work is they want to run forwards. The second either of these comps is running backwards, they've already lost the fight. Jarvan, Lee Sin, Yasuo have to go in, and Aphelios wants to be able to walk up with Kennen and start the damage. So whoever finds the first engage, it feels like if they can single out one target, they should be able to push forwards. Perks with the wind wall, Ruler with the peel from life.
Another thing to look at here, Fudge has actually gained so much experience by side laning there. He's 17 in this game now. 2 levels over both solo laners from Gen.G. This Jarvan is very good at marking the Kennen. He's got a stopwatch for himself. He can go to the side lanes, use the ultimate, try and keep him out. Even with all these summoner spells available, burning them is very big.
Yeah, he has gotten a lot of XP. Level 17, but Rascal just hit level 16 on Kennen and he's basing. Does he have a Void Staff? That's a 3-item Kennen with flash up, and C9
Gotta mark him.
Very careful about that. We've seen what a Kennen can do. We saw what Khan could do yesterday.
So much attention to detail is necessary here. Those wards that they're just pinging now in their jungle behind them have to be swept out. Everybody going on the scavenger hunt right now. Find any flank ward. You cannot afford for Rascal to be behind you.
And in a game that's all about execution, it does come down to a single ward. It can come down to a single moment, a single decision. Gen.G, they failed those checks once or twice. Will they have the confidence to force a fight when it comes time? Cloud9 have found that confidence across this game. And again, I think we have to give praise to Fudge. Found a solo kill in lane, was clutch in the mid lane team fight that turned the game. We expect it to be all about Perks versus BDD, but Fudge has been showing up in this game 1.
Yeah, it's astonishing growth the whole year long for such a young player with veterans around him like Perks and Sven. But I think C9 are in a little bit of a driver's seat right here. They have the push in mid and they have control around the Baron. 1 minute's time, they have a Cloud Soul available to them. So that will last for the entire game, and having that on things like Yasuo and Ziggs can really help in terms of gap
Give me
closing
more of that
with the
Rammus
mobile
thumbs
carries
up
of Gen.G. We'll see how they opt into it, because maybe Fudge can solo it while C9 start a Baron and Gen.G have to make a decision.
This next
you haven't
fight
answered my question,
so
by the way.
And every
is it was C9
inventories, all of the
or
stopwatches, these consumables
D9?
For one fight opportunity being
Context
purchased
is
up.
important.
They're
I mean,
all
English
over
is
the
important.
place. 4 on Cloud9, also 2
Very
on
dark.
Gen.G to be able to pick this up.
So there's 8 stopwatches in the next fight. Perks has a QSS as well. Fudge can push in bots with TP and he can threaten the Dragon start if Gen.G move topside.
Flash ult for Rascal, a terrifying thing, but as long as Vulcan's in the area, his exhaust is ready. They've cut out Clid, they're immediately gonna go for the kick. Yasuo ulti, wind wall to stop any potential follow-up. Ruler out in no man's land, way too far away to help, but all it's gonna get them is Clid's flash in the end. Gen.G still trying to push in mid lane, trying to hold on to control.
Yeah,
this C930, holy shit, you're as
actually,
crazy as freak.
Even though Flash is a longer
that's
cooldown,
lovely, dude. That is
the opening
lovely.
for Gen.G to decide to move into the river, and Rascal has found his flank.
Gen.G have to be very careful here. Yes, they have the upper hand because Blabber doesn't have ult, but they still have a lot of knockups. Fudge's combo, Vulcan's ult.
Right,
but now committing. Rascal on the flank, has not been spotted, ready to go in. Where is the ulti gonna go? Rascal hesitating, they're taking their time, they're backing away. C9 pull out. They know they have to respect the cannon, they do not overcommit.
Everyone is hesitating in this fight. Clid could have been a one-shot there if Perks decided to commit, but then you're committing into Ruler and Rascal could have found an angle. Everyone is unsure when they want to pull the trigger.
Perks.
C9 pushing,
going forward, Perks is looking for the 1v1, the exhaust already going out. Perks now running for his life.
Oh,
shit! Go back, but Ruler will not let it happen. He protects his jungler.
Damn,
Has
dude.
C9 burst the dragon down though. They might get a soul
I
out of it.
understand the
Perks
play,
died.
but that was just beautiful hiding
and
by Ruler.
Perks there, unrefined aggression. The story.
But this is great. This is a decent
defensive
end.
play. The story of Gen.G. But in that moment, Ruler stands supreme, a world champion above an MSI champion.
It's not
as they
too
look
bad.
towards the Baron.
It's a typical Yasuo player, exactly.
Meanwhile, Gen.G will make their transition.
Hell yes,
30
dude. Hell
seconds left on the death timer from Perks. Blabber has flash. He has Lee Sin. He has a blast cone.
They could steal this. They have burst as well with Ziggs. Gen.G need to zone away Blabber, otherwise this is a 50-50. Fudge is on the side. Perks doesn't have TP though.
We're die moment. Sven poking.
Blabber.
Chakram. Blabber in the middle.
Whoa! No, that was too close.
BDD off the side to make sure Gen.G can walk
I
away.
thought that kick was good.
With the Baron.
Nice try there from Blabber. Tries to kick Clid away and then steal the Nash. We've seen Canyon do that as well. with the Lee Sin. So,
wait,
Perks
Blabber
dies,
doesn't
Gen.G
have
get a Baron,
smite?
C9 have a soul. Yes, Gen.G
No,
got the mid tier 1, but
he
C9
had
still
smite.
have good wave clear.
That's
but
a
Sophia also
15-second
getting
timer.
scarier
He
and
must
scarier.
have
4
outed
items with a
and
buffed up Lulu.
smited
As we see this one again,
Clid.
Blabber looks for the kick onto Clid.
Look at this.
Who says Gen.G is risk averse? They're willing to flip it here. Versus
He has
Blabber
smite.
versus
He
Cloud9.
fucked up.
It is close.
He clicked Clid.
Kicks him away, but just as he's flying out of range, Clid
What?
ultimate into
Damn.
smite,
I,
able to
wait,
get
where
it.
did he use the
And this
smite
game
then?
1 is delivering. Gen.G's early
thought-
game
I thought
as
he
promised,
smited
finding
Clid.
advantages. C9 scrappy in the mid game to find a way back in, and now it is neck and neck. It is Baron buff versus a Cloud Soul. It is a 2k gold advantage that means nothing at 35 minutes. All that matters now is the execution in the fights and what Gen.G can do with this Baron buff.
The thing is, Gen.G have Baron, but they don't have great siege. The only real objective they could look for is a bot tier 2 if they push in mid and move into that. But C9 have decent wave clear, they have decent way to defend, so Gen.G need to find a way to just retake map control.
Sven
Force
is
C9 out
destructive
of
right
one
now.
side
He
of their
has
jungle,
like
whether it's top
Cloud
side or bot
Soul,
side, and then allow
double
BDD
Cloud.
to move around
His
the map
ultimate
because
like is
yes,
going
they
to
have
be
Baron,
like,
but what can they really
it's gonna
get
be
from
everywhere. He's
Yeah,
just gonna
big
throw
thing
it
for
as soon as
Gen.G
he
is
has
actually
it.
trying
Like
to
what
create
it's on
space
what,
here.
like
Any
maybe
way they can
60
create some
seconds
more
of
space
cooldown.
for themselves is going to be to their
He might
huge
as well
benefit.
just
Ruler
be
now
using
level
this to
17.
clear
Meanwhile,
it right
Cloud9
now.
burst damage. All about that burst damage and the CC chain.
Yeah, and the thing is, if Ruler walks up to hit a tower, he has to be scared of so many different things. If he has no vision on Fudge, if Blabber's on the side, they need to wait for BDD to push in top, move towards mid, and then Gen.G can start playing for this bot tier 2.
Exactly. He cannot afford to use any of these cooldowns early.
BDD off to the side. Gen.G
Look at
pushing
that.
in the bottom side. Baron empowered minions
It
are strong
doesn't
with the Zigzag
matter.
still
He's
do
just
a lot
gonna
of work
use
there.
out.
Fudge gonna try to make sure to delete as many as he can. As
Look
Clid
at
pushes
his
in the mid
it's
wave,
already
using Baron
it's
buff
already
across
1/4.
3
It's
lanes
already
now. Gen.G doing
1/4
their
off
best to put
cooldown.
C9
It
up.
means that this is about
Like they'll get
40
the tier 2 in
seconds
the
of an
end.
ultimate.
And that
Better
will be
of
that.
who throws harder,
3
who will
minutes, 30
win.
seconds on the Elder Dragon.
Dude, don't put it like that, dude. Don't put it like that, dude. C9 is gonna lose if we put it like that.
Similar story. GA is being picked up from
That
Clid.
hurts.
All the defensive items still coming in. C9 still have 4 stopwatches. Gen.G have a GA and 3 of them. Lots of peel here from both teams.
And Zven's
Game one,
ultimate
the
is
tone
back
center
up already.
For what's to come in the rest of this
Let's
series.
time it.
Gen.G,
Like
can
the
they
next
find
time he
a
uses
strong
his
enough in
out,
the late
we
game
look
to
at the
get
timer
closer to
and then
close
we
the
see
war.
how quickly he comes
Perks
back
now
up.
getting aggressive here, does not hesitate, immediately going to follow up with the ultimate. That's a zigzag from downtown. BDD buying as much time as possible. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Gen.G collapsing. Still, though, the Aatrox running. It's all 80 damage. He's got Steel Caps. He's surviving as long as he can.
BDD?
Third Q doing big damage. He's holding on forever. That's finally a shutdown.
That is
But what
bad.
it gonna
They wasted
cost
too much time
C9?
on
Ruler's pushing
BDD.
into the base.
Yeah, it looks
BDD
like they
had
were looking
Dash
for a bot
Dance
tier 3
and,
there, but BDD's dead. No TP
Steel
for
Caps.
60 seconds. Fudge going in. Looks for an angle, but Perks is too far. Sven.
Rascal low, but he still has the flash. He still has the ultimate. Vulcan has the exhaust. Rascal now going forward. He's flashing in. Sven goes golden, but he's still going to get taken down there. Ruler off to the backside, completely untouched. The Aphelios free hitting across the entire C9 lineup. The Perks now coming in. Maybe
C9
they can extend the play.
okay,
Maybe
Perks has
C9 gets
ultimate
something else,
again.
but they opt not to continue the
Perks
fight.
is my favorite Yasuo player because he plays exactly like you. You could beat Perks if you went professional. I think your I think your playstyle is completely like Perks.
Even in
you have
knowing that
fun
they have lost their mid laner,
and you
Perks
win,
so far away that they actually can
but you
force it.
end
A blue orb on
like
Ruler, so
Perks.
they're gonna
Lulu is
touch
just
his
too
base.
good.
Already
I don't think that was a
2
Lulu
minutes
play.
and
It
over.
was
Nothing will chase him down. It's only Fudge and Perks.
BDD
They
was
will
able to
buy
like
time
survive
here. And I think, like you said,
the 3-man
losing
top
flash,
for so
maybe instead
long.
of going for Rabadons now, he has to
And
pivot
Zven
go
used
for
the
Zhonya's
ultimate
because in
on
1 minute, 40
BDD,
seconds, there's an Elder Dragon.
and it
on the
was
map.
like
Gen.G
it
invested
was
3 flashes on their
stopwatch.
top side to do so, but
As soon as
Ruler
he
still
used the
has both
out, he
thumbs up,
loses
and
his
Ruler is
like
probably very
defense
close to a GA.
potential.
Yeah, I think he has it in base.
30 seconds between the major objectives, Baron and Elder Dragon. You win one fight, you're
That was an
very
autopilot
likely
play.
to win the other.
That was a
Could be
bad
the death
autopilot play.
sentence. And after such a back and forth early game, Gen.G finding lead, C9 finding a way back into this game.
But I
It may
think
come down to one
BDD
final
wouldn't have
fight.
outed.
Cloud9 is highlighted
Stopwatch
earlier.
if
Mark
the out
Rascal,
wasn't
mark the
coming
cannon,
in.
find him. Do not let him into your backline, and absolutely, certainly, you must kill Ruler,
I don't know.
or
We
it
have
will
to see.
fall apart. Gen.G, it's simple. Don't let them do that.
That's a 6-item Aphelios, though.
I love that. I love
Don't
that.
let him do it. Just stop
Easy
them.
strategy. Don't let them do that.
They have so much peel. Ruler has a GA, 6 items, life has
Dragon,
2 items completed
1
as well,
minute.
so he'll be buffing up quite a lot.
This is
55
scary. This
seconds
is scary
on
for
that Dragon. Eyes on
C9.
Perks, eyes on Ruler.
They
See
don't
if
have
Perks
like
can
a
get
lot of
onto
like a
him.
pressure.
Oh, it's tense. Every cooldown you have to be nervous. A single flash, a single ultimate burned early, a QSS, and
all
exhaust
ultimates
could
up
cost you
on
a team
both
fight.
sides.
Volk's
A lot of
exhaust is still
flashes down
Rascal
on
with no
Gen.G
flash.
side.
Finds access to the back line. He will do
The only
massive,
flash is
massive
down for
damage.
C9
Rise
is
of
the
Focus
Ven,
completed now as well.
but it doesn't matter as
A lot
much.
of tension. The armor coming in from the side of BDD feeling good. Sven, the only big threat that he has not itemized against. He is very tanky and he will hurt. Cloud9's all AD topside, solid at a lot of stages of this game, but might cost them at some points later in these fights.
There's the Rabidons for Sven, though. He didn't go for the Zhonya's. It's a very immobile Ziggs and very vulnerable, but he does a lot of damage. If C9 can find the right target, they can burst them down. This Dragon spawning in 10 seconds. Gen.G trying to push C9 back, who of course still have this Cloud Soul.
Flank so important here. Fudge
just keep playing this
trying
position
to
for
hover around
C9
here in the fog of war, but Gen.G move in as 5.
Perks has to be
push him
careful
out.
here. You can't show on that bot wave. Gen.G have full control of this bot side jungle.
That's why they're keeping vision here. Flabber and Fudge trailing.
Elder, 7k,
That
getting
burns.
lower.
That's dead.
That's gonna get burned down. They're just gonna shut down.
No! That was so close.
2 for 2 on major objectives, but with that one, you have to feel like the Baron is going to follow. Cloud9, they didn't find the fight that they wanted. They will not find the 5v5 because Gen.G, with that buff, are now looking to take Baron uncontested.
Slow and controlled, calm from Gen.G pays off again.
The Ben's ultimate is almost back up
finger
again.
from Clid has been critical for them. 700 health left on that one.
Dude, it's
Incredibly
instant.
close ultimate there from Sven. The
the
Hail
Baron's
Mary
gone.
attempt, but Gen.G will get both Uber buffs. Bottom inhibitor already down too, so they can
This is
easily
looking very
push on
scary for
top side
C9.
with these. Cloud9
If C9
gonna be in
loses
a
this, I
very
don't see how they can win
difficult
the,
situation
this.
here. Trying to decide if they even wanted to push out
this
one
series.
more wave. They're going to have to give so much of the base.
Yeah, BDD's gonna base, pick up an item, TP straight back. There's the Black
Oh,
Cleaver.
wow,
Gen.G
that-
just
that-
have
that
to force,
TP
force,
is,
force. Can C9 hold
500
against
IQ.
this buffed up Gen.G squad?
It just
So
stopped
incredibly difficult.
Perks
Sven, of
set
course,
up.
has the range advantage, but everyone else needs to leap into melee range into an Aphelios that is fully stacked. BDD completely unafraid as Clid just continues to step forward, but Cloud9 doing their best to lead the wave. Recalling here while they have the advantage, are going to go for the kick. Will connect on a few members. Gen.G debating really what they want to do. Rascal's already out of the area, taking their time on this recall.
Yeah, Rascal bases and goes to mid wave. They know they have top inhib, they have bot inhib. Gen.G don't want to force any kind of Nexus tower dives or anything like this. They're just going to push in mid and try to take down that last inhibitor. Rascal bases has TP in case anything kicks off, and now Gen.G are just going to run it
I
down.
am 25 tokens off of Prestige.
40-minute slugfest.
Let's go, dude.
Now a
Good
6k
luck.
lead for Gen.G,
Gamba.
not nearly as consequential as the 2 minutes.
I forgot to put
remaining on the Elder Drake,
like
but
all my
Cloud9
predictions
holding
on my main
doing
account
what they can
because
to
I've
play
been just
PvE
playing on
for
my
as long as possible, trying to run out these
good
buffs.
account.
Demon Sven's ultimate is not going to be enough to face the
Oh.
Baron as Ruler just steps forward completely unafraid. You've heard of 200 years of Aphelios, it's feeling like 400 years of Aphelios with all the buffs this man has. Have to respect Ruler. Cloud9, this is it. It's do or die. Find a fight or lose the game.
35 seconds left on this Elder, though, and Gen.G, they could just press it. All you have to do, wait for super minions to come in, buff them up as they arrive.
Full court press. 3 inhibitors down. So much pressure.
20
Has to be this wave.
seconds.
It has to be this bot wave. Gen.G have to force. 20 seconds left.
Ruler still standing with the Infernum, landing a bit of poke. Now they're going to go in. Clid in the midst of the entire team. Ruler eyes on the prize, though. Blabber trying to isolate and
Dude,
kick him out of the
Clid
fight. He's been
just
falling
soloed
for, and now
that.
he's going to get taken down. That's the Elder Dragon.
Yeah,
Perks running for his
Cloud9
life.
lost it.
Gen.G are running Cloud9 down in their own base. They took the Elder, they took the Baron, and they will take game 1 in this
Not
series.
gonna lie,
And that's
locking
Gen.G's
Yasuo into
first
Lulu is
win
low-key
in an
insane.
international
But
best of
their
5. They dropped
composition
the
is
ball,
very
they got
clear.
aced, they gave C9 a
Get
Baron,
the Yasuo,
but they found a way
like,
back
like-
into it.
Like going crazy.
Calm and collected for Gen.G, especially big gold star
But-
there for Clid, landing those
Didn't
smites.
work
The
out.
one on Baron critical for them. Damage
Like I
comes
said,
through. They
this
finish it off.
composition
Cloud9,
is very Perks. It's like very volatile, but the problem is that it's so easily like cancelled if you know how to play. Alright, gotta go. Alright, bye bye. Thanks for coming around. Ooh, this is interesting. Oh, that's pretty cool. %5 increased damage to enemies per stack. Based on how much more health they have than you currently. So it's a tank shredder. Right, anyways.
Shut down.
Camouflage zone. Around red to around wall. Where's the other one? Do you have the other Drake available? Oh, Hex Tech. Let's go. Until later, let's go. I don't like that these Drakes are in the game. It just feels like they're just trying to pump up content and lore doesn't matter as much. Back in the day, like when the Drake first appeared, it is linked to them. And it does look realistic, it does feel like it is possible. This is supposed to be like that Drake. Okay, these portals are pretty fun. Udyr is gonna be horrible with this. But he's just literally gonna run right in and then use that portal out. Alright, got nothing what. I'll look for something. Ooh. There's so much Squid Game content that I fucking hate them all. I'm just getting hungry and hungrier looking. Give me a good video, please, my friends. Oh.
When they enter the room, they feel comfortable in that room. They don't hesitate to look around. Their gestures are smooth, but they're very broad. And that has to do with confidence. And for a lot of people, this is very difficult. I remember the great actress Helen Mirren saying, one of the most difficult things to learn as an actress is how to walk onto a scene. I've thought about that even in my career, how early on, the difficulty of mastering that. How do you walk onto a crime scene? How do you walk into the public and demonstrate that I am confident and so forth? We can all work a little bit on our nonverbal so we come across as more confident. When we talk about confidence, it's so many things. It has to do with our posture, the way we present,
Holy
how we
shit,
look.
his smile.
Where's our chin? Where are the eyes looking and gazing? Our gestures are loose, but they're smoother. As we walk about, we walk as though we are on a mission. I'm walking out to shake your hand, or I'm walking out to a podium, or I'm walking to where I'm going to sit. So the less confident we are, the less eye contact we make. The less confident we are, the more reluctant we are to look about. You know, when I look at someone I admire, like Colin Powell, when he walks onto a stage, even before he speaks, he has total command of the room, and he does that because he brings two things into this equation. One is a tremendous amount of knowledge and experience, plus he has shaped and defined himself into a statesman.
We've got to think of America as a family, where every member of the family cares about every other member of the family.
I think sometimes people mistake machismo or theatrical displays of power as confidence. Confidence can be very quiet. Jane Goodall, here's this ethologist, very meek, very mild, and yet wherever she goes, she commands the room. One of the things you notice is they sort of have this command of themselves, and in doing so, that command transmits outward. The other thing that confident people realize is the temporal aspect of leadership. If you're in charge of time. I'm going to take my time to walk out. I'm going to take my time to answer your question. I will answer it in the pace, manner, and tone that I choose. And in doing that, we are demonstrating that we are confident and in control. Where do we get that confident voice? Where do we get those confident gestures? This is what's called socialization. We notice the principal who acts this way. We like this leader because of this or that trait. So I try to model their behaviors and say, this is a shortcut. And if I have to work on my vocabulary, that's what high status people do. If I have to.
Sounds great. I love everything about him. What his What is this? A very normal cane.
This video is sponsored by Champ Select Coach. Champ Select Coach is an AI, artificial intelligence. This guy will compute all the information there is about players in your team to help you. What's up, YouTube? Today I'm playing Kayn in the jungle. That's right. You guys have been asking me to do this every single day, every single comment. I'm finally doing it. Even bought a new skin that costs a fucking $1 billion. Oh, look at this walking animation. Oh, that's money well spent. Now look at this Caitlyn mid playing Caitlyn mid, thinking she can get away with that. No, as a jungler for my team, I will not allow it. So I'll do us all a favor and I'll kill this bitch and take the kill so I can carry as jungle Kayn. So what I do here is I drag the blue buff to the gromp and I do both at once. That's right, guys. Not a lot of Kayn players know this except for me, and that's how I get my insane world record speed clear, guys. You gotta do what I do in Kayn. I don't know where the enemy jungler is, but I'm gonna pay another visit to Caitlyn. Now we know she doesn't have a flash because we took a flash earlier, so I'm gonna kill her again because I'm heartless like that, just like Kayn in real life. And now I'm gonna tax his entire lane. Evelyn might be bot side, so I'm gonna take these golems and just hover bot lane. And there she is. Good thing I was right over here. Now I can just walk over this wall and just finish everybody off. Save this fucking cat while I'm at it. Bonk! Vex is recalling on a control ward, but I can still
That's not
see
him
her.
playing it.
Little bit of an overkill. You stole my fucking kill, Yuumi. You fucking stupid cat. I saved her
I
life.
just realized
And
that
then
that wasn't him playing. He
takes
was
my
playing
kill.
Yuumi
This fucking cat.
and was looking at the Kayn throughout the entire game.
Fucking stupid cat. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna do my.
Oh my god, that took me a while to realize.
If you're
That's
not doing
hilarious.
this in
I
your
love
games, I'm sorry, but you are not a true Kayn player like myself. So I'm gonna head up top because Evelyn might be in the area, and maybe I could get a cheeky counter gank here. And yep, there she is. There she is. I knew that. And I'm such a moron. I'm such an idiot. That was the fake Wukong. I got the real one right there. And we're gonna get Evelyn as well. Let's go.
Dude, that's...
I'm gonna tax entire
oh
way.
my
Pay
god,
taxes,
I
man.
love
Pay
this
taxes.
video.
I'm gonna go get mid now. I'm gonna go get mid. Yep. And look to build a Yuumi's Ghost Blade. What is this dumbass Yuumi doing over here? You got this, Yuumi. Positive reinforcement, guys. Now I'm going back to the bot lane because I'm gonna help them out a little bit. There's a ward in there. I'm just gonna walk straight through it, through the wall. Fuck that. Get myself a double kill
That
under
is
my name.
very impressive playing.
I'm Kayn.
I mean,
It's
it's
fucking
you.
easy, guys. Now I got a Yuumi inside me. Good job, Kayn. Thank you, Yuumi. This kind of wholesome. Let's do this, Yuumi. I guess me and Yuumi are just best friends now, where we're gonna kill everybody together. Fucking ruin this guy's life. Come over the dragon. Hi. And kill. Fucking double kill. And then go to the bot. We're doing a full fucking swoop here. I'm gonna kill this guy as well.
Oh, what a
It's that
prediction,
fucking easy, guys. Oh shit, it's a Yuumi from last game. Honestly, Yuumi, I didn't like you at first because you stole that my kill earlier, but you're an alright guy, and we make a good team. So let's get this guy together.
I think the next game is about to start. That's hilarious. I love that. That was great. I actually thought he was like playing Kayn. I was like, what's the interesting thing in this? And then he wasn't playing the Kayn. Wait, no, he is playing the Kayn. He just killed with a Yuumi. Don't expect. Alright. Oh, 1 minute 30 seconds. Rice! Rice! Really yummy! Rice! Oh wait, where's the Korean? Wait. You need to get to come in and say like, oh well. Rise. Remember. Rise. Rise. Rise.
take. Rise deep in the blood, go and take it. Higher and higher you chasing. Pity para pum para ping para pum para 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 pum para pum para 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 pum pem pum para 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 pum para pem pem pum para para pum pem para pum pum pem para 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 pum pem pum para para pum para 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 pum pity pity para 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 pum.
How can they adjust? How can they adapt coming into the next game in this series? That is the question on our mind as we head into picks and bans for game 2.
Yeah, definitely a lot of risks taken pretty early on in the draft in game number 1 here by Cloud9. Getting some information gathered, I have to say, you know,
what do we have?
BDD for the Aatrox pick and
There's Nami ban.
For the team that they were able to snowball.
Yeah, C9 have chosen blue side. Gen.G gonna stick to the bans.
Curious.
Coming in,
Not too sure why Nami is.
C9 get first choice
here?
of bot lane. We saw them run the Ziggs.
Oh, maybe because they're playing.
That spells an MF first pick.
Origin.
Banning way for jungle there too. Banning the Jarvan.
Aizel with.
No possible answer.
Aizel with
plus the Jace both left open. So if they don't hard commit to so much AD and so much all in early, still that blindable.
There's the MF.
Hola.
C9 gonna lock that one in. Irelia is up. Gen.G did ban that.
Hola, Lulus.
Perks fancies it. Maybe Gen.G wanna opt into it, but they're gonna have to match bot lane for now. You'd expect, and still a lot of OPs up and available. Lee Sin. I think C9 probably want to prioritize that if Gen.G don't take it away, and it looks like they are.
With the Jarvan taking out the board, Clid running out of picks that generally we look at as Clid comfort picks. The Lee Sin, certainly one of them has now opted to go for that. Alongside Rascal picking the Rakan, a ton of playmaking and engage potential already on this Gen.G lineup.
That spells Leona as well, doesn't it? For C9, you'd imagine.
Or Nautilus.
Yeah, MF Leona, MF Nautilus into the Rakan. Match jungle. Maybe Blabber wants to go into Xin Zhao. Maybe Leona Xin Zhao could come out here unless they want to early rotate the Irelia.
I think it's just such a positive duo to roam around the map looking for kills too.
Misfortune, Leona.
Percentage pop up in the last game. Definitely has been one to try and move.
I don't think they're gonna play the Yasuo anymore.
We've seen have a lot of success at Worlds here.
And it's so good into everything showing from Gen.G. Both Lee Sin and the Rakan, super good at shutting down some of these engages. Allows them to play the front line there.
So now it's solo lanes for both teams. Ruler gonna pick up Jhin because if he goes 4-5 with AD carry, that's gonna be a lot of AD carries banned. If they take away Jhin Kai'Sa, he's gonna be forced on things like Ezreal, which is not what you want to do. Mid lane still being targeted here from both these teams. C9, you'd imagine, are gonna blind pick mid and top, of course. Gen.G probably saving last pick for top lane.
Have to debate what the options are going to be, but interesting to see the Jhin now locked in for Ruler. Last game, he was the star of the show in the final minutes, did very well in the laning phase alongside Life, but this is not the hyper carry that we are used to seeing him on. Much more utility he's going to need to look to enable the other members on his team.
Well, continuing on with the solo lane bans here, though, because it is going to have to be probably you know, either BDD snatching up one of his champions or Rascal showing early on the blind for Gen.G. So they're deciding between, do we further whittle down on BDD or do we cover our bases? Since Jace is banned out, you kind of have to take away the cannon.
Ooh, there's a Graves, maybe Syndra Graves, I think, are what Gen.G might be looking at, because they banned Jace Irelia. A really good response from C9 to ban out Kennen, because those two champions do well into the champion, so maybe that's something they want to fourth pick, because then C9 don't have a response, but Graves picked up. That's gonna be a Malphite Sylas insta-locked for C9.
Yeah, and they've put Fudge back on Malphite duty here. They have had pretty good success here in the LCS.
I don't know how to feel about the Sylas.
Plus, they're expecting either the Zoe or the Syndra to come out.
They don't have enough information to be playing like this. We're locking in on such a character.
This Malphite pick is because you see the enemy top laner and they have Jhin, Lee Sin, Graves. Not very good tank killers. Jhin especially not a great tank killer, so the Malphite will get a lot of value here as the only AP damage is the Syndra. So it feels like C9 have drafted a composition really to shut Gen.G's down.
It's completely different than game number 1 opening draft here from Cloud9. I like the adjustment from the coaching staff. Playing the full best of 5, you get opportunities to test out which angle you want to go for. Last time, so much more all in, so much more one-dimensional. This one has a lot more robust mid-game team fighting, a lot of answers here to what Gen.G are talking about. And to your point about Syndra, she's also very much single target burst, going to look for those stuns onto the Misfortune and try and get your ult out. So Malphite probably won't even be taking much chip damage from this champion.
Yeah, when you look at both drafts, C9 have great team fight. The problem is their lanes will be getting pushed in, right? Sylas and Malphite will be getting pushed in versus the Graves and versus the Syndra. So if Gen.G can't find early leads, I feel like Cloud9's team fighting is just so one-dimensional, so simple that they should come out ahead if they get good setup around objectives.
But I absolutely love the adjustment. Complete shift, as you already highlighted. Now they are the team that needs to weather the storm. We know Gen.G has a strong early game. Can they make big leads? Can they press their advantages? So much CC, so much setup. Can they make it work in the early game? Because when this Malphite gets going, when this Poppy gets going, when there's a Sylas in the mid lane taking away ults, you know Cloud9 have the tools that they need to come out on top in these team fights.
Yep, they've got Poppy to try and play bouncer to the Rakan, to the engage of Gen.G for later. Create some space for Misfortune.
Team composition wise, C9 looks okay. They have the correct tool to lock in on whoever the
just
hell.
like you talked about, Kobe, the Syndra is so kind of single target damage champion. All of Gen.G are very single target damage champions. If they can get the kill onto Malphite or Poppy and start to move forwards, they will win the fight. But C9 have so much zone control with Malphite ultimate, Poppy knockaways, Sylas taking away, Rakan ultimates, MF Leona. There's so many ways that they can control zones around these objectives. So Gen.G have to be careful, but if they can pick the right target and move forward slowly, then there is a world where they can start to contest despite not having setup.
I wonder too if both of them are going to start topside, because Clid definitely has a clear path to try and make plays off of Rakan Jhin. So much setup for him down there, and Leona generally trying to play it super aggressively as well. Being a typical pretty good answer to Rakan, trying to stun him as soon as he goes in.
I forgot to make. Oh fuck! I forgot to change this. My bad.
Head down towards bottom side. See if you can make any early pass at the Scuttle Crab, and if they can get
Gen.G should have 3 lanes of push. Sven's not running the Comet, and I think Sylas and Malphite will get pushed in. Melee's into ranged. So I imagine Gen.G will have 3 pushing lanes. Maybe Blabber can just kind of mismatch what Clid is doing, but it looks like they're going to match, so Blabber should have an issue. He might have an issue trying to take away Scuttle Crabs. He might get double crab this game. We'll have to see what happens, but it's not the end of the world.
Since Clid is actually crossing now to blue quadrant start, he could easily just go for a big stack wave here on Malphite. Graves easily can control the wave here versus Fudge and really try and punish him. A lot of the times, yeah, you want to just easily pick Malphite into a lot of these AD matchups and soak up and weather the storm early on, but that can be a real opportunity for Gen.G.
And that's how you naturally shut down Malphite in these lanes. Is you stack a big wave, you dive him level 3, level 4, you get his TP out, and then your top laner can consistently keep the push while having a TP advantage, right? The problem is their setup is not great for a dive. They have no lockdown CC, and Graves' auto attacks can be dodged pretty easily. So we'll keep our eyes out for it.
We're going to get the 4th shot off, but immediately we're going to see Cloud9 stepping forward.
That's pretty dope.
Sven and Vulcan going to back away. Much better early trades than in the previous game.
See if Blabber tries to early cross. Yeah, he's skipping his Krugs in order to get up to top quadrant early to try and ward for Fudge to allow him to at least see an advance if they do want to bring in the extra reinforcements for building on the wave and diving. Perks, of course, is going to get pushed in as well on the Sylas here, trying to trade your life for your minion wave constantly in the early stages here.
Yeah, Sylas naturally works by, if he wants to get the push past level 3, level 4, he has to trade his HP for it. And then he trades aggressively and catches the wave afterwards. Blabber could do a path here where he does blue wolves into bot crab and then make sure he doesn't get double crabbed here, but Fudge is really low. We talked about the early dives and the early stacking waves. Clid won't be in here in time, you imagine. Fudge is really low.
I also want to point out, since Clid is definitely going to continue farming here, not going to be the wave timing, that the deep ward that VDD put towards Raptors does still provide them that value, so they know if you try and make the play on top side, Poppy is there for a blocker. So be very careful about trying to set that one up. And Gen.G, not going to look for the risk. Crabs spawning now, though.
Yeah, Clid is hovering around mid. They have got good kill pressure. Syndra leads him. We saw Damwon run this exact same comp. Blabber is doing as we expected. He goes bot to top, and then he backtracks down to bot side because Clid is getting this top grab. He has no mid, no top push, so he won't get double crabbed.
Blabber about to be spotted. Of course, no camps on the top side for Lee Sin to take, but can provide a little bit more pressure there. Blabber finally spotting out that ward, will opt to take it away. And of course, in the meantime, mid lane pressure being kept up in our Mercedes-Benz featured matchup. Perks and BDD can be the huge difference makers for both their team. For Perks now, though, he just has to survive.
Let's go, BDD! Let's go! What? That was dope.
Yeah. Good timing on the stun there, knowing that the Lee Sin is going to take it in, but
that was big, dude. That was almost big. That was great. That was such a great play. I thought if I like rooted against like Perks, I could get a something like a win out of it. It wasn't that bad. It was pretty good because I faltered in the end.
We'll see if they do opt to go for it, but Perks had vision when Clid was showing. Does end up falling. Nice little try there. There's the TP top. BDD's going for it. They are going to go for the top dive. We don't see top wave, but it's probably stacking up. Fudge might just be dead here.
Fudge spots it out.
He's definitely
He has to flash the stun.
Hard for Graves to contribute in this exchange, and also gets knocked away from the tower. All too easy, clean from BDD and Rascal.
Yeah, we talked about Gen.G having these pushing lanes, and there it is. They get TP advantage mid, they transfer the top.
Wow, dude. That was great. BDD shoved the Malphite into the queue, and it led it to an instant stun.
Catch up here. They're not going to have any extra resources to pull off those counter attacks that we saw Gen.G do last
Unsealed Spellbook. I guess that's what I should have went just now, huh?
Once again, we're in a game where extra global is in the hands.
Or at least even getting the slow skin, not the slow skin. Glacial Augment would be pretty good.
Try to push this next wave in. They're gonna get TP'd on by Rascal, so Gen.G have so many tools to work with. C9's bot lane already kind of thinking about it. Have to be careful. Rascal might just TP back top though, so C9 will get information.
Yeah, it's good communication until they get that extra global out and they know that there's no extra threat.
Now they go aggressive.
Just trade back and forth. Vulcan's base would have gotten canceled anyway. So stepping away, but Ruler pushing. Both AD carries relatively low on mana. But Boots and 3 pots alongside a Biscuit means Ruler's sitting pretty comfortable here. Is going to get
that's hot.
Sven now getting aggressive. Always got left his auto attacks. Like trying to find the disengage, but keeping
that's an unnecessary heal.
Yeah, Sven tried to use the heal to gap close onto Ruler, but Ruler's running Fleet and Boots, so he got the move speed buff and just ran straight away. He has PTA, Sven, so he wants to look for these all-ins. Comet for the push, PTA for the all-ins. Again, BDD moving topside. Fudge is going to have to drop this wave, I think.
Fudge, so hard for him to survive in this context. Yes, the tower will block the auto attacks, but they're just collapsing. They're just denying waves. The Malphite's getting nothing.
It's the best way to play against Malphite. They're trying to get through the lane. You don't let them soak up any experience, any extra minions up there. It does mean bottom side, you have to overload as Cloud9. You see Poppy trying to do the same thing to the bottom lane of Gen.G.
This hurts, doesn't it? Fudge can't even walk up. He has Spellbook, and you can see on the top left, he swapped to Exhaust. He fancied himself maybe a 1v2 on the tower with the Exhaust, but it's just a trade-off. Malphite's losing resources, Graves is getting ahead. Same thing on the bottom side. Gen.G's bot lane is going to be forced to back off. But they're on a timer. It's a 2v2 if Blabber walks away.
And there's another timer here. The objective's not synced up on side of the map, so there's still extra time for Rift Herald to spawn. Meanwhile,
Ulti goes in, stun connects Clid with the follow-up. Easy follow-up. Clid grabbing another kill in the mid lane.
Perks is getting hard.
On fire.
BDD
it's getting destroyed.
Number this game, stun after stun.
And I don't think it's like Perks misplaying it, but Gen.G is just playing game 2 way too good right now.
You see Blabber is around, might find Clid, but Clid is level 6. He could just insta-kick him here.
Blabber trying to walk away from this one. Can't obviously deny the engage with the steadfast presence. So we'll just walk away there. But of course, BDD keeping pressure up in the mid lane. Perks with no TP means he's going to at least lose a little bit here. But the cannon means that he will be back.
I'm hungry. Goddamn.
2 times he's visited the lane, 2 times he's got a kill. And when he doesn't visit, he helps BDD move towards top to dive Fudge to zone him away. So this early game, fantastic from Gen.G.
And you have to remember, for Clid, this is personal. When he was on T1, got beat by Perks. When he was on T1 at Worlds, got beat by Perks. Last year in quarterfinals, beaten by Perks. He's getting a nice bit of revenge here in Game 2.
I want to focus too on BDD because he's been such a big component of Gen.G getting into this position. So many big victories with the Zoe, and when he first
shit, Perks is like 800 gold down. That's bad.
The big challenge.
That's like almost a lost chapter
now.
down.
Recently, gets overshadowed by Showmaker. Gets overshadowed by the rest of the big mid laners in LCK, and yet he's performing such a critical role for the team.
Yeah, 2016 he came in on the CJ Enters. Perks also started his debut in a major region in the LCS in 2016 as well. Both players been playing the same amount of time in their respective leagues. And just like you said, it feels like 2017, 2018, Kingzone was the kind of glory days for BDD, but he's making a statement here at Worlds 2021.
Now, though, as you take a chance to look in on the map, 2K gold lead in favor of Gen.G in this early game. Really the focus in the previous match this time. Still getting a little bit of attention, but it's the mid lane that has really been shut down by the side of Gen.G. Sven did get a few tower plates, does get some gold back. He may need to be the member on the side of C9 to step up in this matchup.
Yeah, I think a big thing to take away right now is C9 have the Herald. They actually took it away from Gen.G, so Blabber can use that on any lane he wishes, and bot tower has 3 plates left. So yes, Gen.G have this top side pressure, but if Blabber can get towards bot, they should be able to get themselves first tower of the game for Sven, and that'll weather the gold lead a little bit. And obviously going into team fights, we expect C9 to have more control, but
Yo,
Gen.G
Fudge
will
is
be
not doing too
single
badly
target
right
damage
now.
composition,
He got
and they're
camped,
ahead and they can take someone
but
down, they
he
get 5v4
finished
from the
like
get-go.
Thornmel,
They will be
and
favored.
he
Cliz
is
still
looking...
playing around mid.
Exactly. This is how the early stages are theoretically supposed to play out. Maybe not so many kills towards the mid lane, but you know, Cloud9 trying to weather the storm here till they can group up and have that dedicated front line. Until then, front line on top side of the map is kind of hung out to dry. Gen.G though, with a stop on bottom side, will be able to get this dragon even with vision.
Yeah, they saw
The thing about like Cloud9's like original plan is that it was working pretty well.
Perkz stolen ultimate, a lot of damage going down, but Perkz will walk out alive.
They actually, Clid jumped out of
And
the
I
dragon
think they
to
can go back to
further
that
zone
idea.
Sven here, as they watch
It's
him
not
walk
like
back from the
Gen.G
tower.
really figured out how to
Fudge
play
has
against
exhaust. I
that.
think he needs
It's
to plop
just
that on Rascal soon to get his TP
like
back up, because
C9
that's
forced a
coming up
couple
soon,
of
and he
very
needs it
bad
if he plays towards
ideas.
the bot side of the map. Blabber basing will move out towards bot side to try and contest this bot tier 1 with Herald. We'll see if Fudge uses it to make sure he can have that TP up and available. There it is. Does use it there, so we will have
That's
TP.
the recall. Perkz gonna get caught out, gonna get locked up. There's too much chain CC. He gets to push W, but very little else.
What is he doing? What was that?
Control for Gen.G, and they find
Look at
Perkz
Fudge!
lost their chess piece in the middle. They have lost any authority going for, you know, any type of teleport towards the bottom side of the map, and they continue to have to wait.
Yeah, Gen.G just keep playing through mid, shutting down Perkz. It means that they can control both side lanes. Yes, Fudge used exhaust and swapped the TP, but they're focusing on Perkz the whole game long. Feels like Clid's behind BDD on every single mid wave, and Life's always there to respond. Herald's just gonna run out and be used in mid. Maybe Gen.G could stick around and stop this from crashing, but BDD needs to base yes TP. Clid is behind him. I think they can shut this Herald down. The wave's coming in. Perkz no TP. Does arrive in time.
They do have support roam here for Vulcan. He's up at the wave, but this wave has to be cleared out pretty quickly as the reset from Gen.G's bottom side is going. Ushering it up here to get the charge off.
Yep, should crash. A little bit of an awkward stare down there. As I say that, the eye gets hit. Clid has smite as well. They could full commit to this if they want to. There it is, the full commit.
To go it does not interrupt the dash in from the Poppy, and they take away the charge. That's 360 gold that Cloud9 are not going to get. And now Blabber, he's going to pay for it with his life. This is disaster for C9. Absolute dominance for Gen.G.
This is just Gen.G W after Gen.G W. Smite kill on the Herald and taking down the jungler afterward. No smite, no flash used from Blabber to get out of there either, as Clid just jumped in on him.
Yeah, BDD and Clid are doing all the work Gen.G need in this early game. Moving top to help Rascal out, making sure Life's unlocked on the map. Ruler's just catching waves and he's even in CS. The whole map is theirs once again, as we saw in game 1. Gen.G winning out on this early game.
I mean, this is one of the things you really want to see from the side of Gen.G, them being able to
BDD's TP again.
Pressure ahead with their advantages every time with the extra cooldown.
Fudge, ulti ignite, they have to play this one smart, but for now BDD just zoning
Dude,
away.
Fudge guessed it.
Oh. The tower, Malphite going in with the ultimate, the ignite going down as well.
Whoa.
Fudge, nice sidestep, but does not dodge the stun. Blabber now stepping forward, just trying to get something, anything back. Rascal, though, with the immortal shield bow, makes it pretty easy for him to walk away from this one. The tower will live, but Fudge drops.
BDD is single-handedly carrying Gen.G in this early
so
game.
well.
Yes, Clid's made some great plays, but his wave control.
But I think he could have just used the ult to get
him
away.
from jungle. He's just snowballing the top side of the map so
I
perfectly.
guess like maybe Blabber was on the
When you're
way, so he
handed
figured that
so
they
many advantages for the early game with all pushing lanes and the extra jungle pressure on mid actually opening up, and yeah, you know, BDD set him up with all those stuns for the early kills, but he was there and everybody
Perkz getting caught out again.
On the play once again, more harassment on Perkz.
Clid getting aggressive, looks like he fancies himself a 1v1. Perkz just gonna kick him right back out. Sonic Wave will not reconnect, there'd be no re-engage there.
Now eyes for the next play. They have the teleport ready from Rascal as well to be able to answer. 2 minutes left on Mountain Dragon to spawn. And they've actually finished up on the bottom side with both Gale Forces as well. So plenty of CC coming through. Life starting to roam with Clid. Ultimate available pretty quickly here. And the flash.
The good thing for Gen.G is top will win in isolation. C9 have to play bot side. It's the only real winning lane that they have. They need to play through mid though, and Gen.G are shutting that down, taking away their bot side jungle. Top will win in isolation. Rascal 2 levels up. C9 need to force Gen.G out.
And the thing
Dude, is Gen.G gonna 3-0 like Cloud9?
They also can teleport first.
I would not expect this to happen.
With Rascal, because there's no Malphite ultimate, so there's no way for him to stop a teleport, stop an extra play, and they just get wins on both sides.
Cloud9 being bled out of this game. This is a 6K gold lead, rather 5K gold lead at 14 minutes into the game. Tower plates will fall as Gen.G find themselves with a massive, massive advantage. In the previous game, Cloud9, they found a mid-game skirmish. They found a way to come back. They're going to need to dig even deeper here in game 2 to get back into this one.
Bot lane is like equal right now. Oh, they can play off I don't know, like this game is just really hard. Cloud9 has to play on the back pedal for like almost forever. But Gen.G is not gonna just let them do that.
Can just keep pushing and pushing. And
The more like Cloud9 slows down the game, the more Gen.G is pressuring on the other side of the
Pillaging the
map.
jungle, taking the towers, taking the dragons. 45 seconds left on this one.
This is really, really hard for
the extra deep vision here, you can push another wave.
Cloud9.
First move, it's an absolutely dominating performance.
He's almost 3k gold up in 14 minutes.
And gentlemen, this is so important for the side of Gen.G because they have not been a team that has performed in quarterfinals. They have not been a team that's performed internationally in best of 5. But game 1 and now in game 2, they're looking dominant. Redemption is what we heard from the desk at the start of the day. Redemption for Gen.G, and while they're not there yet, this is a damn fine start.
Yeah, we thought
Good
Gen.G
news
would win the
is,
game when they did,
if
but they're
Cloud9
winning
gets
it way
3-0, I
harder
have
than
some
we
time.
expected. I think C9 have to start doing something soon, otherwise they're going to get
But
let
I
out.
think I might
These
prefer
towers are going
the-
to start to fall, mid tower will
know,
fall,
what-
and C9 needs to start contesting objectives. You can see they have some kind of setup around the bot side of the map. Blabber might start up that dragon, and Fudge has TP and ult up available now, so we'll see what C9 opt to do, but Rascal's just soloing this Herald.
No, the eye is gonna, nope, not gonna open. There you go, got it down. Is he gonna just take it away? Who actually got that?
Rascal got it, I believe. We'll get the buff as well.
All right,
so
walk him away.
They can pop that mid right away and then run to Dragon as well. It feels like the stars are lining here for Gen.G. They're playing so well, so coordinated.
Fudge moving back to top side. He does have teleport available, but there's not really any good wards to teleport in on. So again, Cloud9 have to cede control of the map.
So massive now for Gen.G. Absolute control, moving down again, taking every single objective.
They have to give up on this dragon for sure. Look at this. Gen.G are even not going to overextend resources. They won't even let Fudge push up to the tower. They send Rascal immediately back to top side. You have full control. Go collect the wave. Get the dragon as well.
And to add salt to the wound, Rascal saved Herald. So if C9 overcommit and Fudge TPs towards bot, Rascal can pop Herald top and get a tier 2 for himself and keep snowballing this 1v1 matchup, which will be isolated over side. And Gen.G, all they need to do now is crack open bot tier 1. We'll see how they choose to do it, but BDD has TP. He can TP on that ward Clid just put down, but it looks like with life in base and Rascal just catching top waves, they're just going to slow it down a bit and wait for bases to come in.
What can Cloud9 do? They've got flash ready on Fudge too. Sometimes, you know, in the later stages, it's hard to get your Malphite ults off actually, so it's important when you do have flash to be able to go for the flash one so your opponents can't react to it. And they're going to rely on him plus Leona finding some big engage to turn the tables in this game, because Gen.G are just running away with it.
And Fudge is going to be strong if we go late enough in this game. Lord Dominic's certainly going to make it very difficult. This Rascal has that at 16 minutes, but full armor against 380 sources on the opposite side. He'll be tanky, he will hit hard, but he just has to survive. They can't afford to fall any further behind. But saying that, Gen.G, total control of the map, continuing to push their vision line forward, continuing to push out their side lanes. And the only thing Gen.G are sad about right now is the fact that Baron is not up and available.
And the van.
It's going to Gale Force out. The Charm's still going to connect.
That's
but the
good.
knock will miss, and that is crucial.
The big
Gale
thing for
Force to
Gen.G,
get away.
Don't make a mistake.
Don't
Don't
out
give
on life.
C9 a 5v5. Don't give them a numbers advantage fight. Just make sure you control all waves, keep them all pushed in. Don't overextend and play for dragons.
There
They're going
it
to
is.
keep
Double
outside
teleport.
control. Here's the double TP from C9. Can they find anything? This is
Responded,
a
double
miracle
TP.
play if they can.
Blabber trying to fish for something, but the flash out takes him to safety. Fudge looking for an opportunity. Clid waiting in the darkness, can't go back for the kick. Is going to focus, kicking the Poppy back into the team. Trying to
Oh, that's a nice out.
Fudge, not even a chance
But
to
it
ultimate quite
doesn't
yet. Sven's ulti
much.
really not hitting anybody. Perks
Perks
now.
is
Set
really
fall,
close to
a bit of a
death.
heal now coming out, trying to walk away with the snare.
Okay,
Turn it back
good.
once. Clid now
Good
down
play
the
by
run, but they're
Kurt.
trying to fight into the pinch. Fudge
Good
waiting for
drop.
the opportunity, but he
Watch
runs away
out
with
to
the ult,
get
dies to the
away.
Syndra anyway. Sven.
When you are a Malphite and you have to out to get away,
He's going to immediately
are going to
activate
lose.
it. Just pin down Vulcan. Nowhere for him to go. That's going to be 2 on the bottom side.
Yeah, that's going to be 2 towers as well. You expect C9's dead, no TPs. That was the last real stand play that they had to stop Gen.G's siege on all towers. And we saw how Gen.G just picked them off one by one, isolating Blabber first and then Perks. Yes, Clid died, but a 4-for-1.
I don't think we need to watch this game anymore. There's nothing to watch. Cloud9 is just firing their ass down. And we're gonna have to go to game 3 to hope that Cloud9 makes a comeback.
The first bullet from Ruler, and they burst him down.
Shall we play a
make him
game?
look like a squishy champion.
They're going to take away his red as well. Maybe Rascal can burst it with BDD before it resets. There it is. Blabber is left with nothing.
And game 1 was close. It was back and forth. There were opportunities for C9. It came down to final objectives. But this game is a slaughter. Gen.G, 8K in the lead, double dragons. Damn close to a perfect game outside of a tower and a kill.
Yeah, and Gen.G read the play very well. They see the double TP coming in, and they just respond instantly.
Oh, that thought. Klid now kicking off, now immediately going back into Vulcan, trying to find these isolated picks. They take down Vulcan, maybe they get a little bit more. Ruler now stepping forward, easy now for Gen.G.
This is a stomp from Gen.G. C9 need to do something fast because this Dragon Soul is going to go in around 6-7 minutes time, and Gen.G are just going to keep them in their base for the rest of the game.
There's no teleport on Rascal, so while they did lose Vulcan, they were fishing around for a possible pick there. Maybe they could make something happen and get some gold back, but it's just so dangerous to set up any sort of play for Cloud9. And with Baron coming onto the map pretty shortly here, it's going to be another tool for Gen.G to pull them across with. Since they got 2 towers up on side with that Rift Herald, it's wide open for split push.
2 top side. C9 not wanting to pull into the fight. They don't have the information they need to feel confident.
We're gonna
it's
play
so
a game.
easy for Gen.G just to return to bot side split push. Even without a teleport, they don't even have
I think
to,
Gen.G
to
just
worry
hard
about
lost.
the cross map play there from Cloud9.
Oh wait, what?
They
What
have
did I say?
such
I meant
deep
Cloud9.
vision coverage, so much control. Nobody can solo answer Rascal. So from the Cloud9 side, it has to be throw members at a pick somewhere, try and just throw bodies at the problem.
Yeah, indeed. Rascal is the biggest problem for C9 right now. I feel like he's in a control sideways. I think he can even 1v2 Perks and Fudge at this point.
I mean, it's a terrifying prospect. We're at the stage of the game where, short of absolute disaster for Gen.G, there are no winning choices for Cloud9. You will always be taking losing trades, but the right losing trades maybe give you enough time to scale up later in the game,
we'll
buy
play
time to survive, to look for that team fight.
All right, let's change notes here then. I've heard tales of something about a 0-2 power spike. Where does that originate?
Perks comfort zone?
The Perks comfort zone? Yeah. We're on track. We've got Perks randomly dying. We've got Perks dying on side lane. We are
oh, Blabber!
Z9 fan for a power spike, and this might just be it. Perks now going in. They've taken down BDD, and Kobe ask, and you shall receive.
Now as well, so 40 seconds on BDD. He does have TP available when he respawns.
One play, come back,
Dragon? It
but
looks like they have no setup towards the bot
8,000 gold advantage.
They will die. So a pick's a
How
pick
is that
for
one
Gen.G,
kill gonna help
still
you?
on the map. I believe the most recent memory I can
Close
remember
the
of Perks'
gap.
comfort zone was against Fnatic, where they just reverse swept them.
It's going to take a lot. They're going to have to dig deep if they want to come back in this game, let alone this series. For now, Gen.G, even after that pick, remain comfortably in the driver's seat. 3 dragons poised in 5 minutes to take the soul. Cloud9, you got to be strong enough to fight for that one in 5 minutes. That might just be the last chance you get.
Does Rascal have an Infinity Edge in base? I think, no, he has Bloodthirster. He's unkillable.
It's so hard to get. You mentioned the possibilities of 2v1ing as Graves. Those are real for Rascal here, and his teleport is coming back up, so that split push has so much more power behind it because there's no answer there from Cloud9. So sometimes you'll see people trailing the split pusher. Here's the Axe effect replay where you can see them, no hesitation, to BDD, into the wall. Able to get a little bit of gold back for themselves.
They need to do that again. They need to do it multiple times. Ruler dashes away. Team is coming in.
Side, they managed to catch out Sven before the fight even kicks off.
I like how Perks just ignored the defender.
Ruler still standing. Ruler running. He's just so fast. Fudge now locked up, denying him anything back in return. But Perks zooming forward. It is going to finish off the 80 carry. BDD under the tower. Cloud9 fighting. They don't have the resources, but they're trying to make it work anyway. Perks goes golden. Wants to heal back up. Blabber trying to knock that back. Perks stepping forward onto BDD. Instead, we'll find Thrakan. That's the double for Perks. Has he held on long enough?
Perks is activated.
Slowly but surely, Gen.G winning this fight. They've just got 2
nice attempt to aim.
That is gonna be it. Gen.G are gonna wipe them off the map and take the Baron, Kadril.
Oh, it's an ace. 2 for 5. Perks tried his best on the backside. So many cool mechanical plays, but I think the MVP of that fight
Dude, Perks just straight up ignores the Zven. You know how desperate C9 is right now. They want to hurry up and end this game. They want to go next.
I think, oh, C9.
I don't like saying these things, but usually go next for C9.
I say late game situations. This is mid game situations where you have such a big lead. You know that your opponent will be looking around for these types of pick plays, and since they just picked BDD off here, and they have that deep ward through the jungle, they see Sven walking up. So Life and Klid pick him off on the roam, and the teleports come to answer.
Yeah, it's already a 4v5. Ruler actually lives through a lot of the burst, and then it turns into a 3v5. Perks actually miraculously takes down Ruler here with his flash, and then does take down another member straight afterwards, so they at least get 2 kills for themselves, but there's just too much firepower. They're just hitting them with their wallets, and C9 have to run for the hills. Perks, like we said, 2 kills, but
I don't know if like what Perks did was intentional, but that was a very slick kill onto like.
But with that super deep ward by the Wolves, they did see it trailing through, and good job there by Gen.G to recognize. Teleports defended, picking off Sven as he's walking up to it, defended, and now you're in this scenario where Baron buff allows them.
No flash BDD.
Again, isolated. Punch on the wall right under Ruler, trying to split up the team by BDD. Is he going to get knocked out from this one? For now, knocking 2 members away. Maybe they have the main advantage to kick things off, but Cloud9 just taking this opportunity to walk away because there's a Graves pushing in on the top side. Nobody can stop Rascal.
Yeah, Budge finds the ultimate onto Ruler, but there is no damage follow-up. They can't kill him.
BDD's stopwatch was phenomenal. I think Blabber looked for the E, but he stopwatched before it connected, so he didn't get stunned. And by that time, C9 ran out of gas to actually take him down. So
yes, sir.
That's it. Fudge has the ultimate. Neither does Blabber, neither does Vulcan.
Locked up, kicked back. Gen.G marching down mid lane. Members of C9 will not be enough to stop them as Rascal keeps the push up on the top side of the map. They want at least 2 inhibitors. They might just look for the end.
Yeah, they have a top wave coming in. The safe option is just to take this top in base and then set up for the soul, set up for the bot tier 3. Or they could look to end. The problem is Sven's alive in 20, and you don't want to throw the game away. If you do die and lose away the Infernal Soul, then it's just going to be more time for C9, but Gen.G are so far ahead, maybe they want to force it anyway.
The lead is massive. Fury insurmountable, maybe, just maybe. Fudge, no ultimate.
Bye-bye,
no
C9.
Cloud9 just have to stand under their own towers and watch the game fall away from them. Gen.G poised on the cusp of match point. Can they bring it out? Can they get a little bit more? Vulcan taking down Blabber, trying to hold on. Perks has a stolen Syndrome, but it's just not going to be enough. Sven with 2 items will not be able to do anything in this exchange. Perks come out as now Gen.G advance to match point.
Wow, what a statement game from Gen.G. I even thought their base there just played a little bit safe in this best of 5, but no, they can just run it down and end the game. C9, nothing is working right now.
Yeah, that one start to finish here was played so well by Gen.G. You mentioned at each step, the extra cooldown, they then make the play with it, build the minion wave, punish the top line, rotate through mid lane, and so many plays on mid set up by BDD.
I really wanted to play Diego, but I think going for Xin Zhao was a better idea. And then they locked in Diego. Going for Conqueror this time. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? We have a Nasus mid lane. Nasus into Lee Sin. Work on top. Oh, I was wrong. You're gonna go into lane. That's interesting.
A Demacian does not retreat.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. "30 seconds until minions spawn.
Sound the march. My king commands.
Your gods Mortals are cowards.
Minions have spawned.
It shall be done. Fate has made its choice. Their lives are forfeit. Only actions to Here's a gift and a spear behind it. Always forward. The warrior's spirit is never broken. Victory calls.
First blood. An ally has been slain. Double kill. An ally has been slain.
To triumph. Perish with honor. A Demacia does not retreat. Sound the march. Do not fall. Fate has made its choice. My It shall be done.
What is one more? Consume you!
An enemy has been slain.
Hills and walls have eroded and fallen.
An enemy has been slain.
Only actions truly
An enemy has been slain.
The warrior spirit is never broken.
All will crumble!
Victory calls. To triumph!
An ally has been slain. Shut down.
Not for me. Their lives are forfeit.
You have been slain.
Your journey has reached its conclusion.
Hi!
A Demacian does not retreat. Sound the march.
Now there's
My
a
key
smell you
command.
can feel. An ally has been slain.
And a spear behind it. Fate has made its choice. The warrior spirit is never broken. Victory calls.
Turret plating will fall soon.
Only actions truly speak. To triumph! Sound the march! May your spirit find peace.
An enemy has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed.
The warrior spirit is never broken. Victory calls. Only actions truly speak.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Press the assault. Their lives are forfeit. shall be done. Perish with honor. Here's a tip, and a spear behind it.
Salvation.
Press the assault.
Shut down.
Their lives are forfeit.
Your turret has been destroyed.
My king commands.
Shut down.
Mercy is no kindness. It's me! Not perish with honor. I was Fate has made its choice. A Demacian does not retreat. Victory calls. The warrior spirit is never broken. reached its conclusion.
Your turret has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed.
It shall be done. Only actions truly speak. Their lives are forfeit. My king commands. Always forward. My training be granted. Do not bore me.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
Sound the march. Victory calls.
I think I played that horribly. I could have knocked up the Lee Sin, but I accidentally knocked up the Volibear instead.
A Demacian does not retreat. It shall be done.
So must it be.
Oh wow, the next game is already going. That was really big. Really did not expect them to get into the.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Okay.
An enemy has been slain.
Always forward.
I win.
Fudge fast pushes this one. He's doing it. He's fast pushing. They want to make the dive for sure.
I feel like this is telegraphed though from C9 because both the ranks mid with first they push their way together, but they're gonna start Herald anyway. The main choice is making 4 pushes to get the top push uncontested. He pushed out more, he's moving up as well. So if Gen.G match this, it's gonna be a 5v4, similar to the early boss river fight. At 4v3, Ruler's nowhere.
Yeah, I don't think they can match it because
Ash, life, locked down. Should just get burned down here so quickly. Manages to survive for now, but they've zoned him away and they're gonna get the Herald.
yeah, he can't match it because Jin is so much slower than Misfortune. Even with the boot starts, him heading back towards bottom side of the map. Yeah, good call I think by Gen.G not to try and play catch up here.
Yeah, Perks didn't have mana from his combo there to kill live, so he'll get away with that. Thunder, Sven stayed here for the Herald. Now it's all on C9. How can they use this Herald? Mid lane 4.
Cloud9 is actually winning this.
Playing good to respond
What
to how
was
Gen.G's been playing this series. They've been
Indra,
playing through mid. Blabber's been there,
A4,
really
Graves.
helped.
I think I
Now he's
shouldn't
on
be
board
like
mid
so
to get the
split.
Perks moving around
I
the
should
map.
just focus.
Top side.
I'll pause this for a bit. We'll watch it later, right?
The warrior spirit is never broken. It shall be done.
Oh, there's no way I can win this.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
I'm gonna want that back. You're looking at
A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has disconnected. Defeat.
That's gonna be it. For tonight.
Fudge weathering.
Gonna skip it to live. I don't think.
Tower and get some plays for the bot lane. Rascal is basing though, and look at Vulcan. He's looking for wards behind, looking for TP wards behind them. I think he swept out the only one.
Yeah, gotta do it quickly as the reinforcements are arriving.
At least 4 plates here, but looks like they won't be able to break the tower. C9 now forced to walk away, but a lot more gold back in their pocket. Finally, C9 again in control when it comes to the gold lead, turning their attention back to the mid lane, trying to keep the tempo going, trying to keep this pace as BDD returns to mid.
Alright, what do we have?
And critically, remember the mini objective of this vision that we just went over by mid lane. It's so critical. That's how you make the comeback. And it's off of that they go for BDD.
He goes back in, he's ignited, he's getting ticking down, but he is not going to drop.
That's
BDD
not gonna
holding
drop.
on to his life. Perks using casting the ultimate, but will not finish the kill.
Controlling these wards. Look at how deep that control ward is. This allows you the route to make these plays.
Ah, the van
is in for the dive on BDD.
He's trying to zone them away, but tempo has been the key here. Ever since Gen.G did that dragon, C9 have had control of the bot side river because Klid had to base. So they got plates in bot. They did force BDD out. Didn't get the kill though. Good play from C9.
The van almost did what
so
he
many
did.
Of these are being set off of that vision. It's really important to pair
on
up the support
the
with the jungle
LCS.
moving in to get it safely.
He went too aggressive.
Life right now by himself.
I'll tilt our C9 right now. I don't feel like Cloud9 has the same mentality as like how Perks would have had as he was in G2. I think everyone else on his team is like prone to tilt, but they know that Perks is better than them, so they can't really tilt that much. Except for Fudge. Fudge has every right to tilt at Perks because Fudge is actually, sincerely, I think, the best player on C9.
This is where the war is. This battlefield right here. Vision through top side of this jungle.
Taking their time, Cloud9 trying to get mid push first so they can move down and fight for some.
Fudge is the carry, but Perks is the star.
Completely ignored bot. Ruler can push and take plates now. It looks like they just want to rush first tower of the game towards top lane. Herald is not spawning anytime soon, I think, so they're committing 5 members top.
Big Gen.G need to be ready to respond here, forcing out the slice already. The dice can't follow up. Rascal making it out. C9 going to try to grab something top lane as Ruler is isolated. Keep our eyes on the minimap as the picture-in-picture will fade away in a moment and see what the response will be from the side of Gen.G.
Looks like Ruler's just going to get a full tower to himself. C9 have committed 4 members up here. Let's see if they can force anything though, because they have numbers advantage, but Rascal
locked up. Still a level 10 Renekton with ultimate available. Have to give him that respect. Cannot fully commit. Fudge coming down though. BDD in the area.
BDD no flash.
Rascal could be in trouble here though. As Fudge comes over the wall, it's going to be big. The ulti now comes out, but that's the follow-up coming in from Rakan. Klid off to the backside.
Good out. Good catch by
Fudge so incredibly powerful in close range. The shotgun finding everything that they need. Klid now has to run for the hills, but BDD finds the bubble, looking to turn it back. Fudge hit by the kick.
Oh, let's go, Zavan. Oh, that's big. Blabber gets it.
Grabs the kill.
Oh my goodness! Span flies in like a hero to save him after the Q had landed. Klid is really going to want that one back. The first one missing just kind of wide there, but what a commitment. Cloud9, they overload on the top side of the map because there are more resources. They're going for the red contest, and Rascal takes too much damage while contesting it early.
Yeah, just quite a confusing play from both sides, I have to say, because C9 commits 5 members to top side, and Gen.G don't have to give them a 5v4, but they do fancy it. Rascal kind of finds Blabber chunked out, but then the fight kicks off. Ruler's hitting bot tower, so it's a 5v4 from the very beginning. The key point of this fight is Klid's next Q onto Blabber.
Yeah.
He gets, I believe he gets bubbled up or something like this. He kicks him, and he doesn't actually land the Q. It misses to the side. If he hit that, I think he would kill Blabber, and then maybe he could turn and kill the rest of the members as well with BDD, but the 5v4 was kind of given to them there, C9.
Clean finish up here in the Axe Effect replay, and of course, if we look at the backside of this fight, incredible. Blabber, 100% kill participation everywhere he needs to be. Fantastic start to this game from C9, firmly in control.
Yeah, and if you look at the standing gold on the map, if C9 get this Herald, they can get mid tower with Herald, they can get bot tier 1, which is already really low, so we're looking at a map state in around a minute or two where C9 should have all altars, they'll have control over Dragon, and Gen.G don't have ultimates up just yet. Life needs that quickness, and they need to get vision control around bot side if they want to stop this from happening.
Exactly. Again, we keep returning to it though, but that's the first stepping stone. Setting up the vision for your picks with your Leona and your Syndra. And on the other side, it's just as true for Gen.G with BDD Zoe. He has definitely hit those game-winning bubbles to come back into it. If they get another play like we saw in the first 5 minutes of the double control ward just over there hovering, leading up to Dragon like they have right now, they've got the setup to do it and the pick themselves.
And I think it's so important to highlight BDD because in the previous game, he was a monster. He was a player unleashed. 1-1-15. He was the standout. 6K plus A at 15. But this game for Cloud9, they have shut him down. They have limited his impact. It started with a smart level 1. It started with an early gank in the mid lane. And while it's still a close game, certainly, this is how Cloud9 have built their lead.
Yeah, just going back to the game itself, here's the Herald minutes we expect. We expect the map now from mid tier 1 to full and bot tier 1 to full. Gen.G using their tempo on Dragon once again will mean they lose out on the
I like Perks on Syndra the most, to be honest. It feels like it's a character that's so safe that he can just fucking in.
Yep, you can just transition everybody's mid pressure.
Another one would be LeBlanc, but LeBlanc is, I'm actually very, it's not as bad as Yasuo, but it's pretty like scary in that region there.
Time frame here for Cloud9.
For Perks at mid, to be honest, I don't really think that he's like that
for Perks.
memorable for
and they
me.
should be able to
I think he
retake.
plays better as like a bot laner because he is forced to be the cornerstone to like not die. But in mid, he's given a lot of opportunities to make like wild plays. And sometimes he just make those wild plays without any base.
Similar to last game when Gen.G had the push on side lane.
And I think it's so massive for his individual matchup on side lane because when you have a 1200 gold birth, that 800 gold you have to buy for Executioners to mitigate so much of the healing that's going to come out from Renekton in that individual 1v1 is big. Not only for him, but now in the future fights as well. You've got a Lee Sin, you got a Renekton with Gore Drinker, mitigating so much of that with an early purchase.
They're actually going to reset Fudge right now off of the bottom side early push from Rascal. So it's going to have the extra wave to catch. Teleport is ready though, and they should be able to move once again into red quadrant of Gen.G's jungle.
And if you're looking at Gen.G's perspective, how do they crack this game back open? The problem is BDD sitting under this top tier 1, and what Zoe wants to do is she wants to have the push, and she wants to be able to poke people out and make sure they can set up the objectives first. So the only realistic way Gen.G can look to force things is Rascal pushing out bot, and then looking for some kind of engage with life flashing forwards, Rascal TPing behind and kicking off a fight with a numbers advantage. If they don't, here it comes. No,
Rascal,
TP away.
Early TP out. He saw all of C9 collapsing on the bottom side. He knew that the only way he would escape is if he TP'd before any of the CC could get into the area.
That hurts with Baron in 2 minutes.
Exactly. Such a critical cooldown earned there by Cloud9. Stun Deer does land on Flit as well, but you bring up, how do Gen.G get back into this? Because it is, we'll watch them crush from ahead with the priority, with the extra side advance, with the extra teleport. Now trying to find themselves building a way out of such a deficit here where they do not have the luxury of those tools comes down to so much of the pick potential. They really have the tools to do it. With
This
Jin,
game is,
Rakan,
this series
and
is going to
Zoe,
be
some of the
like
best
a
in the
long
game at
one.
doing it.
I don't
But
expect.
Again, you need Fog of War advantage to find those.
I like what they did there. Just
That's
send
what I'm
jungle
looking
support top, cover BDD.
I really
keep
think
the
that
push
this is
out.
going to be a
Keeping one
3-2
lane of
like
push,
game for
at least so you can
C9.
play through one lane will help them contest vision around their own top side jungle. But the problem is right here. Fudge is up a level, he has TP, so he can control this lane as much as he wants. When he gets that Bloodthirster, I think we're looking at the exact same situation as last game where the Graves can 1v2 both.
This might go all the way to like 2, like this stream at least. Might go all the way to 2.
In the hands of Rascal getting a bunch of the jungle camps this time around. He gets one back for himself, and of course the Bloodthirster does come in for that sustain beast.
Such a difficult matchup to deal with, especially when Graves gets going. And now even then, if they are, C9 do want to start looking at a Baron, potentially setting up. We are still 30 seconds away from the objective. With that much
And that's the
ice,
problem with
so
like
much
EU
more
teams
low
thus
risk
far.
to go for a big
Like they
objective
always
like
get an
the Baron
advantage,
itself.
but they
That's
can't
why
just
Gen.G
snowball it
moving
to
around the bottom
10k
side, fighting
as
for that
consistently
vision,
as
fighting for that control,
the
so they can look to set up some of these picks. That said, C9 on the top
BDD
side doing the same.
Needs to be careful here. He has to TP out as well.
I'm
That's 2
looking for
TPs used from Gen.G. These side lanes are only going to get worse. They know
as
they're
as Koreans and China.
Vision for this dragon spawning in 1 minute 20, and it looks like C9 are just trying to trade towards the top side. Fudge might have to be careful here.
Fudge going forward, looking for that 2v1 we talked about. Good damage, a lot of life steal, but he needs to be able to continue auto-attacking. Ignite now coming out, but he's standing on for now.
That was a kick and a quickness invested from the Rakan. So 1 minute until Dragon, no ignite and 2 ultimates down. If Fudge can base and look to lifesteal up or TP towards the top side, I think C9 have a window to force something here.
Yeah, Gen.G actually were kind of forced into that play because of the lack of teleports, so they have to group up for those attempts at picks. Fudge, a little bit of a dangerous route through their own jungle there and does lose out a little bit, but he didn't have to burn summoner spells because of the shield bow proc, able to survive without it. Rascal getting the secondary turret is huge though.
A lot of gold into Renekton's back pocket there. Really good adaptation from chunking out Fudge.
Needed
C9,
that.
Yeah, C9 could look for a top tier 2 here if Fudge kind of looks for TPs towards the top side, but it looks like C9 want to contest this dragon. Rascal is basing, so they can push this next mid wave. Perks can move down and join the rest of the team, and then they can start to set up.
Again, top wave is dying on top side because of the teleport advantage. Perks actually pushed it out, and they've got Fudge pushing on bottom side to get their move first. Can they move into the river after pushing mid, though? Klid's just going to head right for it.
Yeah, Zoe is really dangerous in these situations.
Taking time on this one, giving up a wave just to be here. Gen.G sacrificing at least 6 creeps just to come to this play. Klid in the area, Fudge off to the side. They know the shield bow won't be up. Maybe they can try to burst him down this time, but it is going to be difficult. Vision control for now in favor of Gen.G. You highlighted it, Cage, with the Zoe, the bubble. Where will it come from? The darkness, as we've highlighted with our observers. Where is it going to go? Everyone's standing. You're just watching this fight. Bubble going to go in, but it's just going to connect on a Vulcan. Now who's going to be able to burst down the objective? Who can get the smite? Klid in the area, and he manages to take it away. C9 risking the 50-50, but Gen.G the ones who come out on top. Yes, it costs them a top wave, but very little else, as now they might even look for the re-engage.
Yeah, Gen.G have a Mountain Soul point now, and C9 get nothing. There's no wave set up to try and fight for a tier 2 in mid or top, and they can't walk towards the Nash either because they got chunked out a little bit. So Gen.G have the late game scaling in their pocket with the Dragon Soul, you'd imagine.
Yeah, with the lane allocations, their teleport advantage was on Fudge, and putting Perks top instead of Fudge top, they weren't even able to get damage on that secondary turret on top side in trade. Gen.G so happy with how that Dragon went.
Definitely are, but C9 still up 4k gold. Fudge still has the bot push, but the good thing for Gen.G is TPs are coming back up. Rascals will be up and available soon, so he can actually catch these bot waves without having to worry too much. C9 need to make sure they contest that Dragon in 4 minutes time.
C9 holding on to their 4k gold lead, but as highlighted, it is 3 Dragons to the side of Gen.G. Getting a Mountain Soul when you have a Lee Sin Renekton topside, a Syndra on the enemy team who would love to one-shot the squishier members. That's going to get so much harder if Gen.G can take away that crucial soul. But with that objective down, you expect that topside's going to get that much more important, and already Life moving up, looking to lay down some vision control, but has to be careful, has to give that respect to C9 as they retake mid control with Sven.
Yeah, and BDD again, jungle support hovering towards top so he can push out in base. Hasn't even picked up his second item just yet, so BDD really far behind in this game, but we know what Zoe can do with vision control and contesting over objectives.
Exactly, putting them to sleep, trying to find the straggling member as you fight for this vision. Cloud9, you can see, making it dark around Baron.
And remember, it is do or die for C9. A single mistake could cost them the series, could cost them their run at Worlds. Gen.G on the cusp of victory, but they are still behind in this game. Cloud9 with confidence, moving back into the mid lane, looking to take control of vision, looking to fight. Fudge coming down. Gen.G running from Vulcan. C9 will not fish for the engage.
It's a stare down right now. C9 want to make sure Gen.G can't walk into this river. There's no dragon for 3 minutes though, but Perks investing the TP to make sure they can keep tempo on the map. BDD will show top and will clear out this top wave, but Blabber has been focusing this blue buff all game long, will take it away once again, and that gives Gen.G a window to get vision control top side. So C9 keep trying to flush out Gen.G and they keep going to the opposite side of the map.
There is so much pressure on the side of Cloud9. So much tension building here in an elimination game, backs against the wall versus Gen.G moving towards mid lane. The wave is immediately annihilated, so they've bought some more
hungry.
time.
I have dinner. Did I have dinner? No, I only had 2 buns.
To try and help out on the bottom push. So Zoe
I don't think I'm doing a very healthy thing here.
C9 now on the clock. Zoe guaranteed to get a tower. Can they get one back in return as Ruler comes down to the bottom side? Rascal moving into delete the wave. C9 very focused on the objective. The lockup is there. Will not connect onto Blabber. C9 trading back outer for inner.
Yeah, C9 starting to force these tier 2s. They were contesting vision, but now they're just playing to one side. They know Gen.G can't look for Nash because they spotted them out on bot side, and it's a trade of towers. Slightly benefiting C9 now because they can push out bot to tier 3, but BDD responding with the map.
And that's a very big tower to take, considering Cloud9 are looking at the next dragon. This Mountain Soul is incredibly impactful as far as the amount of burst damage and pick that is available on the opponent team. So they've invested all their vision, and you see where these two teams care about for the next objective with where they've invested all their wards.
Yep.
Everything leading up to the dragon for Cloud9, and Gen.G are in the position that they can give a dragon to Cloud9. They don't have to force on the soul. They would be able to transition over towards Baron and be very happy with that.
Happy to sacrifice that 5 minutes, most certainly. And of course, the difficulty is oftentimes it's a dragon for a Baron, and that's what you can threaten. But this is a Jhin, Zoe, Renekton, Lee Sin. Their Baron sucks. They cannot take that objective down quickly. They don't have a traditional hyper carry. They don't have a consistent sort of damage output. So very hard for Gen.G without a full ace to even threaten that major objective.
Yeah, the scary thing about a Mountain Soul, though, with 3 dragons in Gen.G's pocket is 1 steal from Clid is game deciding. That's going to be there for the rest of the game. Maybe C9 can get a Baron and transition that if Clid does give his life for it, but still, that's going to last the whole game long, so they need to get a lot out of the Baron. So setup coming in, C9 have bot push, they have mid push. They're going to contest it now, and they're going to have bot side vision. They have the crab as well, so they need to push Gen.G out. If BDD can land a lot of poke onto Perks with no TP, then maybe that's their window into this dragon pit.
Battle lines have been drawn. Both sides set up in the mid lane, ready for this objective. Both sides know what's at stakes. The last 2 smites have gone in the favor of Clid. Both 50-50s in game 2, as well as now the dragon coming out here. If they can find a steal, it is everything. C9 favored in the fight, favored with the gold lead that they have built. But Clid waiting in the darkness, clearing out the vision, looking for an opportunity to take away the all-crucial soul.
Cloud9 also have two critical Scryer's Bloom trinkets to use to try and find out the Zoe in the jungle here for the transition over.
Oh, no, shit, that's bad.
Going through their body blocking, but then immediately falls. That's going to be Sven gone. That's huge. Fudge in the mid lane fighting Rascal. Does not have time to respond. BDD now, as Summoner Spell start to come out, can look for blood. He can smell it in the water. He can see the semifinals in front of them, but Perks denies him for now. Now, immediately the engage firing back. Blabber doing what he can. For now, Vulcan living, flashing out.
It is still, oh my god!
Will get 1v1 in the end. Ruler still standing as Blabber tries his best to hold the line, but Perks off on the
Dude, Blabber is making it huge.
Shut down. It's big for Ruler. The snare coming in. BDD, the stolen ignite. He's going to kill everybody if he's given time. Another stolen flash. He's popping off, and will it be enough? He goes back. They are on the edge of madness, but Life finds the shutdown with the help from the bubble. The deadly flourish, not going to connect. Perks running for his life, but it is dominance from Gen.G in the fight.
Yeah, and they're going to get a mountain soul out of it as well. It all starts with Sven falling from the very beginning of the fight. The bubble connected, the shield came out, and BDD Life saved the fight for Gen.G.
BDD fights another one. The bubble over the wall. What a game winner. You mentioned so many times. He's so far down. The Zoe's not fed. The Zoe's
Oh
not
my
fed.
god, Sven is completely tilted.
Sven annihilated in the team fight, can't do anything here.
And this bubble might be the bubble that pushes Gen.G into the semifinals up against EDG. Connects onto Sven. Everyone tries to block for him to heal the Gale Force, but the follow-up from Life and Clit is there. And it's a 5v4 from the very beginning. Fudge is fighting off against Rascal on the mid lane on the top left of your screen, but BDD can start to chase you down with the Qs, with the portal jumps and with the bubbles. Blabber does his best to try and finish off Clit, but then he's in the middle of 3 members of Gen.G.
Almost kind of savable there as Blabber goes in and gets the kill, but because that bubble landed on Perks, he was delayed coming over. If that bubble hadn't landed, then he would have been able to follow up with a stun off of Blabber's knock-up there, and maybe they could salvage something off of this, though. BDD picks up the flash, jumps over, and even though Fudge tries to finish it off, they pick up the extra kill, getting their soul.
Yeah, and Perks held his flash for so long after the stopwatch, getting hit by the Zoe Q and then the ignite, so he was forced out the fight quite quickly, and now Gen.G have the Mountain Soul. Baron is still available. C9 still have a gold lead, but now this burst from the Graves and from the Syndra will be negated a little bit more by this Soul.
And you can see the power of the Graves, but he was hitting Rascal the entire time. BDD was hitting everyone with his damage, finding that kill on Sven, finding that crucial bubble, and now we watch. For now, they still have a mid-tier 1. It's still hard for BDD to find that vision. With a Mountain Soul, it gets that much easier. They can play that much more aggressive, that much more in their favor as we look towards the next fight. C9 not out of it yet, but if an 0-2 start wasn't enough, their backs are now against the wall and a Mountain Soul on the side of Gen.G.
Yeah,
I'm so tired.
In a very familiar
I am not
position.
winning a good. I am not getting a game on League,
kind of
and I'm playing against.
And doing the opposite side of the
No,
map,
and then I'm watching like Cloud9 is getting
Fudge
this.
might have to be careful here. He just eat forwards.
Life now
Fudge
coming
is
in,
caught out.
TP being committed as well. Fudge locked up. There's so much CC, there's so much damage. No chance to even life steal on this one. Clit grabbing the kill.
That's huge for Gen.G. They get a very big setup now. They've already got everybody over by Baron. Easy transition for them.
Yeah, that is gonna be Baron.
Cloud9 does still have like.
Perks can TP in if they fancy a 4v5, but they're against Gen.G. 5 members strong. They're 2 ultimates down. But if they lose this Baron, that could be it against the Zoe with a Soul. C9 now contesting.
Gen.G peeling back. Taking their time. It's still a very slow Baron. Blabber, can he make it into the pit? But it's BDD in the meantime, raining down damage. Good trade back, though, from Perks, just throwing down the ultimate to keep BDD low. Both sides very willing to stay in the area, very willing to contest. 17 seconds on Fudge. He has the TP as well. C9 just buying time, just threatening. 5K getting lower. Gen.G not committing too much damage to the Baron, not trying to burst it yet. Bubble will go a little bit wide, is not going to connect. C9 slowly but surely pushing Gen.G out of the pit. They're not going to continue to leash the Baron.
Fudge has teleport is coming up. Fudge has teleport. This is about to be a 5-on-5. They've bought enough time.
Fudge is going to save it, though, because Gen.G back off. The stare down went on for 30 seconds to a minute there, and the reason it happened was Gen.G was looking for bubbles, looking for Jin Ws, looking for one target to get hit so they could turn onto them. C9 dodged all of the skills and was able to stop the Baron from falling. Big mistake by Fudge getting caught. He needs to make sure he's more careful next time. Gen.G have control over the opposite side of the map that C9 aren't playing for. Pushing out those side lanes is very, very risky, but Fudge saves the TP. C9 weather the storm for now, but Gen.G still, with this Mountain Soul, can start to push forward.
Also very tired.
Yeah, you can't afford to have lapse in
Might just be
or lapse in tracking opponents in these late game lane allocations because the punishment could be huge. Gen.G gets that much time to free fire and fish for picks. Very, very important dodging from Cloud9.
Certainly is high stakes. We get later and later into the game. Elimination points, Blabber stepping forward, debating if they want the fight. Fudge and C9 taking control of the Baron pit. They've got all the vision in the area, but it's Clid coming in on a flank. He's going to be spotted out by the ward. C9 now peeling back. Perks has to be careful, but he has the Banshees to keep him safe. Flag and drag over.
Sven's positioning.
That is Sven.
God.
Knock up immediate combo. That's the fight already in favor now of Gen.G as they descend upon C9. C9, can they outplay it? Eyes on Fudge. Big damage for Rascal. Jumping into the front line. Blabber trying to buy as much base as humanly possible. But now the curtains come out. Vulcan locked up. Vulcan knocked down 3 and 4 with the bullets as Ruler finds 2. Curtains for C9 is the name of the game as Ruler steps forward with the 4th shot, looking to find his prey. The knockup from life. C9 are being run down. It was an elimination game, and Gen.G are coming up clutch in the fight.
Fudge is still alive though, does end up falling. I think that might be the game-winning team fight for Gen.G because now they can push down mid. Now they can get the Baron. Sven getting caught out once again. BDD and Clid finding clutch plays in both these fights back to back. Gen.G get the Baron.
That was some artwork by Clid there. Sneaking through to the backside, coming from Fog of War, right behind Sven.
But after so much hype,
double summoners immediately assassinated.
Yeah, the game is just slipping further and further out of C9's hands. They had such a good gold lead. They had 3 outer towers taken. They had full map control. But Gen.G have dissected the map and found ways back into it. Now they sit themselves with a Baron and with the Mountain Soul still. 50 seconds on the Elder Dragon. The action is not done just yet. Fudge is going to respawn soon, and you expect him to TP in. Everyone's going to be running to this dragon because even if you're behind, even if you don't have a soul, the Elder Dragon is game deciding.
C9 holding on to hope. We take a look back exactly what happened in this team fight, and you can see the flank from Clid, the long con, pays off as he finds the kick.
Ooh, right into Rascal's waiting arms for the stun, and once again it's a 4v5. Blabber tried to disengage by
Van just keeps getting caught. He must be.
It just means the rest of Gen.G chase him down.
Now looking for another fight as BDD starting to rain poke over the wall. Fudge and Perks now stepping forward, but that's going to be a sleepy Graves again. An easy pick as Blabber drops. Gen.G now knowing that they can keep the fight going. Perks backing away, but his Banshees has been taken out. Life dipping in and out of the fight. Rascal on the backside. C9, where will they even retreat to? Here comes Rascal. He's not even needed. Sven wasn't in the last fight because he was dead, and he wasn't in this fight because he was off in bot lane farming. C9 falling apart as Gen.G tear them to pieces.
I think they can run down mid here. The only line of defense is Sven. The Jinult's gonna come out. Maybe he can use the MF ult to clear the wave.
Is that
again? And Sven dies. Gen.G might be able to end the game right here and right now.
Gen.G marching down the mid lane.
The Baron power play? They got Baron win?
In the face of G2, but Gen.G stayed strong. They kept their 5 players. They
got Baron like a while ago.
5-man lineup. And here in
I thought they got Baron like throughout that fight. How badly can you lose?
They will sweep aside
to be like
the West, and they will
losing a team fight and lost the Baron during the team.
Worlds 2021 has been an LCK masterclass.
3 LCK teams in the semifinals. EDG, the LPL team in the semifinals, and both Western teams drop out in quarters. Trio domination from both LCK.
Nothing. That's gonna be it for tonight. I am not gonna play one more because I'm getting really tired. But yeah, that's gonna be it for tonight's stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will be back tomorrow again, and tomorrow we'll actually be playing some League of Legends. I think more people are more interested in me playing League than watching Worlds, but I am okay either. I love to watch Worlds. I love games. Yeah. Until the next time, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next stream. Good night.